Good evening, race fans. Welcome to the Core Racing Network tonight. A special broadcast here for the Kids 266, benefiting the NASCAR Hall of Fame Foundation, and just a fun special event here. We got a nice size field here. Looks like about 15, 20 cars set to take the track here. It's going to be a nice 100 laps here at the beautiful big Talladega Super Speedway, 2.66 mile track, hence the For the Kids 266. So we'll have 100 laps here at Talladega. It's a nice day here. The track temperature not too crazy, so hopefully these cars will be nice and planted. We'll see some good racing out there, and I'm looking forward to it. And again, it's for a good cause here. So we'll get to that here in a second. But Carl Hamworth joined in the booth by Jimmy Covert. Jimmy, we got another special event here. We just had one on Saturday, but this one's even more special with the added bonus of the NASCAR Hall of Fame Foundation.
Ho, ho, ho. It's that time of year. Time to give out to the families and everybody out there that supports racing, and not only in real life, but here in the virtual world. So looking forward to tonight.
We got, obviously, as I mentioned, the NASCAR Hall of Fame Foundation. At the NASCAR Hall of Fame Foundation, their goal is to ensure that they put the sports front and center through interactive stream curriculum and career exploration experiences, also to ensure that each child in their community is given the opportunity to visit them in person or virtually to learn, explore, experience, and innovate. The NASCAR Hall of Fame Foundation provides scholarship support to children who are in Title I schools and or who have greater than 50% of their students on free or reduced lunch. In just 2 years, they have gone from providing scholarship support to nearly 1,500 students to now over 8,000. All funds raised directly support the scholarship program and to help them continue to be able to provide the vital support to students most in need. We'll bring in the man that is behind the race here and helping out the foundation, Matt Deason here, and in just a little bit we'll bring him in on the pace lap to discuss it maybe a little bit more. But every $20 donation allows brain fart here for a second. Every $20 donation will allow the NASCAR Hall of Fame Foundation to bring in a student of need into the NASCAR Hall of Fame for a once-in-a-lifetime learning experience. So I think it's pretty cool when you have something like that, and it's these places, really trying to help out, especially helping out the kids. It's you got to lay the groundwork. You got to lay that foundation pretty early.
Yeah, definitely something that you need to do. And somebody that has a lot of children, I know what it's like. So, right, let's get this thing on the road. They're almost done with qualifying, Carl. Short time up. Got about 45 seconds remaining. Got about 14 of the drivers. Looks like 17 total here tonight. We'll make that 16 somehow. That mysterious Carl Hamworth always mingles in the fun out there.
Just in case I need to get out there, mix it up a little bit, just throw my name in the hat a little bit here. Just want to give a shout out also to our sponsor here for tonight, and that is ATYL Media. That is above the yellow line media. Looking for your one-stop shop for all things motorsports, head on over to ATYL Media, where they're making motorsports media your way. From above the yellow lines, Taylor Kitchen and her team, ATYL Media, brings you the latest from NASCAR, F1, IndyCar, and so much more. Follow ATYL Media on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all your motorsports needs, or all your motorsports news and needs for that matter. But ATYL Media, motorsports media your way. And we are indeed done with qualifying. We're done with the sponsor reads for now. We'll make sure we bring them up again, and they are down there in the description as well if you want to check them out, and if you want to help out at all for the NASCAR Hall of Fame Foundation, please do. But Jimmy, we got 17, well I guess 16 if you don't want to include me. You don't have to call me out there for where I'm starting on the field. It's fine. But why don't you give us a rundown of where everybody else is starting?
I mean, last, Carl Hamworth last, everybody else first, Carl Hamworth last. I mean, no. So it's going to be a fun night tonight. Yeah, I see some people in the chat looking to possibly donate. So we'll get, when Matt gets in here, we'll get Carl to see if there's a way that if you're out there watching, there's a way for you to donate to this good cause. Right now, we're going to go ahead and show the rundown here for tonight. And on the pole here tonight, starting at Talladega, will be Liam Brotherton, followed by Brendan Timon, Enrique Colin, Colby Jackson, Stephen Sharik, Wes Heisel, Jeff Addison, Marco Evans, Jonathan, I'm not going to say your last name because I'll butcher that way too bad, Michael Armstrong, Crash Neon, Jeremiah Gautley, Roy Cunningham, Kevin Barr, Matt Deason, and Daniel Cabazon.
We will go ahead and we'll try and bring in Matt Deason here. It looks like for some reason, Jimmy, you want to see if you can drag. It looks like I can drag people out of the channel. I can't drag them in. See if you can real quick. If not, then I'll hop up there and have Matt jump in here.
Hold on, I gotta pull up the Discord channel. Let's see. Okay, nope, can't okay. Do anything. But yeah, nope. Carl will be right back. Just got a new Discord channel for this event, so it's little growing pains when you're setting stuff up, and sometimes it doesn't always go straight. Everybody's got holiday on the brain and a lot of things going on trying to get this race going. So, but Carl Handwork is back with Matt.
Yep, we got Matt Deason here, the man behind the race here tonight, the for the kids at 266. So first, Matt, I want to thank you for letting us bring this out there to all the fans out there on CRN here tonight. So thank you for the opportunity there. Before we kind of get into it, if you want to just give a quick rundown, I already gave the the little read about the NASCAR Foundation, but what made you want to bring this race out there?
Well, I've just been talking it over with some people at work, and Foundation means a lot to me, seeing kids coming to the Hall of Fame is always awesome, especially for lower funder families that can't really afford to, come to the Hall and stuff, and just seeing the kid come to the Hall of Fame and getting them to learn about NASCAR and stuff is really cool, and seeing them smile on the way out, it's all that matters,
So before we get to the race here, I mean, we got a nice 100-lap race out here at Talladega. We got some nice paint schemes out there. I know we got some cool-looking Christmas schemes as we seen some of them on our special broadcast on Saturday night too. But a lot of people asking already out there, how can they help out? Where do they go to make their donations? They want to try and help out. So is there a link that they need to go to? Is there any kind of shout out to get them to for you to notice them to put those donations in?
So you can always make a donation at the box office. Anybody would be glad to take a donation from you guys. Every $20 we receive gets a student into the Hall of Fame. You can also go to NASCARHall.com, and there will be a section there for the foundation, and you'll be able to just donate any amount that you wish.
All right, buddy. Well, it looks like you're getting ready to get this thing fired off, so we'll let you go. Once again, thank you, and we'll try and bring you in here after the race. If not, just have fun out there.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm starting from the back here. I didn't qualify, so we'll see how it goes.
It's Vegas. You don't need to qualify. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
you don't need to qualify.
That's true.
All right, buddy. Good luck out there, man.
Yep.
Fast and left.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that is going to do it here for the pre-race interview, and that's going to do it for this pace lap. We are green flag racing here at Talladega, as this thing is going to be interesting. It's been a while, I feel, since we broadcasted a race with the next gen cars here. I mean, they should be able to handle this track pretty well. I think they take bump drafting a lot better than a lot of the other cars as well. I think this is kind of the best fit when it comes to the super speedway races. I mean, the Xfinity cars are, they're decent, but for some reason they get a little squirrely on these super speedways. Definitely the trucks with the new handling. I mean, they're just, the back end is just a little bit too squirrely, and you could lose it by yourself, let alone when you're getting bump drafted. But these next gens can take a little bit of a beating and still keep it straight.
Yeah, I mean, they do a fantastic job. Obviously, one of the newer NASCARs on the track, and you've seen the Matt Deason back there in the back. You've seen somebody drop to the back as well. So it's a lot of different strategies go into super speedway, and the biggest thing, Carl, is just don't lose the draft by yourself. And if you do, you're praying for a caution. But they're going 3 wide here, the 37, 20, 34 here on lap number 2.
Yeah, it looks like, unfortunately, our man Matt Deason is the one that has lost the draft in the back for now. I'm not sure if he's just maybe a little bit too far back. Yeah, it looks like a few seconds back. That's not going to be within the draft, so he'll need a caution at some point to try and catch up. But I mean, this is anytime you get to a super speedway, it doesn't matter if it's 10 laps or if it's 100 laps. It's all about survival. You got to make it to the end, and you got to find some friends. There's not too many tracks and races that you get to that you're looking for people to work with, but you really, all the way up until the end of the race, you're looking for 1 or 2 or 3 other people out there to try and move your way up through the field, and it's all kind of this is going to be about a 95 lap chess match, and you got to make sure all the pieces that you feel are in the right position are there come maybe 5 laps to go, and then you really start thinking about making that push. But I mean, it's kind of 3 different ways to handle these super speedways. As I say all the time, you can get out there, try and lead, stay in front of any kind of issues. You can ride around in the back and maybe have some time to check up and miss those issues. Or you can just be insane and drive in the middle of the entire pack and just possibly be involved in one of those issues. But right now it is Wes Heisel out front. Got Liam Brotherton in at second, but already making a move to the outside, and we're side by side for the lead.
Yeah, and you've seen a little bit of where the drivers kind of single file, and I thought they were just gonna ride this thing out, just run this gas out, run these laps down. We're only 4 laps in, plenty of racing here tonight. You're looking probably close to an hour and a half out there, just running laps. And Carl, the official series comes around and they run the Daytona 24, or not the Daytona 24, but the Daytona 500 a lot as an official run, or the Coca-Cola 600. And the attrition rate is it is all about survival for the most part in any of those long events. You're out there 4, 5, 6 hours depending on the amount of cautions, but here you see them going 3 wide. Possibly 4 wide. I am getting an accident.
A wreck going towards turn number 1. Looks like the yellow flag not out because Kevin Barb down there on the inside, so off the racing line, and that's gonna be a tough one. It may be a chance for Matt Thiessen to pick somebody up here and try and catch back up to the pack, but it's seen just a little bit that 12 and 37 just kind of bobbling around, and we talked about how you can bump draft here, but you can't bump draft from the corners of the cars here. You have to try to make it as square as possible, and didn't work out there too well for the number 12, as he's going to fall back here a little bit, and looks like he did get passed by Matt Thiessen as well, so didn't even get a chance to get picked up, so that car may be really hurting out there. But as it stands, they're all pretty much single file right now, and yeah, like you were saying, Jimmy, you messed up by saying the Daytona 24, but that's really what kind of these races are. It's an endurance race on an oval, and it's really just you got to hit your marks just like any other place, because if you're not hitting your marks, if that person behind you is looking to bump you, something like what we just seen can happen. You can get bumped in the wrong way, or if you're sliding down and they're happening to be sliding up at the same time and just trying to be friendly and give you a bump, it can end both your nights really quick. But it's all just get out there, survive, get to the last maybe 5 laps, possibly even less than that, because it's nowhere near go time just yet. But
no,
it's hard, Jimmy. It's hard to just kind of file in line and just ride around for 95 laps.
Yeah, and everybody wants to get out there, and maybe they're testing things, and whether it's letting up on their gas, maybe it's pulling down in front of somebody. Can they get a run on the inside? Do they want to run on the outside? Do they want to be on the inside? When it comes down to pit entry, you can see a nice run there by Daniel, and the number 9 up 9 spots. And there's no starting in the back doesn't have a big impact here at Talladega or any super speedway, as you can go from the back to the front fairly easy, fairly quickly, but the biggest thing, like we're going to continue to talk about, is just that safety factor, just keeping that car safe. As Daniel blinks out there temporarily, we'll jump on board with Wes as he's sitting P number 2, pretty comfortable, maybe sitting behind the leader as well. Just also another spot where you're using less fuel if you're not the front guy, so you need to have your friends out there, and this is something you can't really do alone. As you can see, the pack is starting to bust up just a little bit here, and I'll bring back the cameras here, but it looks like we're back to, there's 7, and then back to 8 and 9 are side by side, and then back to 10 as a group of 3, all back there just kind of by themselves. So the thing that these drivers want to do, the ones that are hanging back just a little bit farther from the leaders, with that gap there is that they need to ride around together, be patient, and know that this race is 100 laps, and they are only on lap number 8. So there's plenty of time to get back up to the front. They just got to work with each other very well and try not to let that front group check out, and hopefully that something happens and you'll be right back in the mix in no time.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing you got to worry about when you're kind of all three tucked up together like that is you just got to keep an eye on those temperatures, because these cars can get a little bit too hot and they can overheat if you're not paying attention. So you may see them just, kind of have a plan to swap at some point to get that second or third place guy up there to the lead and get some fresh air. Or you can even see some guys when they're in there in the draft, you'll see them just kind of pop their nose out just for a little bit, just to get a little bit of breath of fresh air on that engine in the front. But right now it's doing pretty well. We're on lap number 9, about to complete it here, and still caution free. So we've avoided the big ones here, but we got some big gaps spreading out amongst a lot of these cars, and really right now we only have the what are we looking at, the top 9, I believe, that are they're kind of all grouped together here, and then a big gap back here to 10th place.
Yeah, there goes the first group by now through the 1 and 2 camera, and here comes the second group. And it's going to be a little bit farther back for the next few set of cars. So it's definitely looking like 2 big packs right now, than the 76 and the 89. And, it might, some of those drivers that are kind of hugging around by themselves are definitely looking for that caution to come out. But, with fewer drivers than normal, we've got a good amount out here, but with fewer drivers than normal, than like an official race where you're out there with 40 drivers, the incidents tend to stay a little bit lower. So, the last thing that these drivers want to do is have any of those groups behind them catch back up to them with a simple caution. So, because all that hard work will be flushed down the drain. But we're on lap 11 of 100. Wes is out front over Steven, Sharik, and Michael Armstrong for your top 3.
Well, yeah, I mean, we talked about those 3 guys back there in 10th, 11th, and 12th that need to kind of group up and try and make a run at catch back up to this pack. But really, that's what this front pack should be doing as well. They should just be tucking in line. I mean, you can get away with running, side by side and having 2 lines going, as long as they're not holding each other up too much or getting a little squirrely. But I mean, if they kind of hook up and get together, they can check out and they won't let those other 3 catch back up to them, and they can make this a race of their own, barring any kind of cautions or anything like that. But yeah, I think if I'm a driver, I'm more than happy to be out here with just 15, 16 other drivers instead of being out there with 40, because man, 15 is plenty for Talladega. It can get really scary and sketchy when it comes to 40.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, obviously the more out there, the more chances of a mistake being made. And you can see some of the cars kind of wobbling around. And that could just be people not used to the draft, Carl. I mean, I know I'm looking at the I ratings, and there's not there's a few up there that got some pretty decent I ratings, but some of them that are like mid-tier, just average, they might not be used to running a pack like this all the time. And it can be very difficult to line up your bumpers so you're not pushing. But you can see like who's that? I think that's the 34 back there. Yeah, not the 34, 94 of Jeff. They're just kind of bopping back and forth behind the 20, and if he were to get close enough to tag the bumper of that 20, he would just inadvertently pit maneuver him.
We have a caution. I believe it falls a 15.
Yes. Kobe Jackson. We'll go back. Oh, almost under caution. Almost had somebody turn around. Let's go back to Kobe and see what happened. Oh, that's a little bit already on the late side, so we'll go back and see what happened completely in that green number 37 Tic Tac machine. And he did blink out just a little bit, so might have to see what happened. He was leading this pack here, right there in front of the 22 of Nikwe.
And we mentioned, bump drafting can have. Oh yeah, looked
there,
like
he just blinked out
really bad.
Yeah, when the camera disappears, and that's what happened. It was a blink where there's a connection or whatever. The driver in front can no longer see him. Pops back in for a split second. Next thing you know, 37's in the wall. So, caution lap flies here at 14. it's maybe a good sight for some of these drivers, and even the people that were involved that got some damage to save them. But it looks like even Kevin Barb, it looks like he's a lap down. Will be able to get at least one of those back, and I'll show that up on the tower here so you can see. Yeah, he's only one lap down, so as long as he's one lap down, he'll get that lucky dog and then be back at the back of the field, but have plenty of time to go around, get in the pits, maybe take some fuel. I'm not quite sure on the tire count or even how much fuel these cars can carry here tonight, so but I could see some of these drivers maybe coming down and just topping off, make the run so they don't get stuck out there by themselves.
Yeah, I mean it sucks obviously for the for Colby Jackson out there getting involved in that incident, but it's a benefit to everybody else that I guess he blanked out and went straight up to the wall, and there was nobody outside of him, or he could have collected it and could have been, you know, a little mini big one collecting 2 or 3 other cars out there. So luckily it's only just a single car incident. I'm sure Jackson will get in there, get that thing repaired, and get back out there. This is a track where, I mean, a lot of times we talk about the fast repairs being, you know, something you don't want to use too early. You want to kind of, you know, save them, keep them in your back pocket. They only have 3 here tonight, so you don't want to be, you know, too crazy out there because you can't use them too early. But you need to use them whenever you absolutely need to, and you know, you can't, like Jimmy said, you can't fall off the back of this pack here and lose that draft. You've seen how spread out some of these cars were on that last little run right there. You get any kind of damage, you better be tucked right up behind somebody in front of you, because that's the only way they're going to be able to pull you around.
Yeah, it's very hard to lose that aerodynamic ability of the vehicles, and to keep up with everybody else, and do not be down power. So it's definitely not a good situation. But I think that caution came out at a good time and allowed a lot of drivers that maybe fell behind, maybe had a bad start. Matt definitely was up here in the booth just for a little bit, but you know, obviously trying to get everything in line, trying to get out there on the track with everybody else, and just falling just a little bit, you know, probably overwhelmed with everything going on as an organizer trying to get these things together. And you know, it takes time and patience, and to get everything, all the puzzle pieces in the right spot at the right time. It'll take a while for them to calm down, but I think now the race is underway. We're 15 laps in. He's got the caution to catch back up. I think we're going to see Matt do just fine, and maybe work his way up through the field, or maybe just keep playing it cautiously and hang out towards the back.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in there tonight to tonight's race, and if you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe and get you in touch with everything that STRE has to offer. I'm going to put in the link here for anyone that wants to make a donation. Obviously, any donation is you know, much appreciated, but you know, as I mentioned earlier, every $20 donation gets to allows a kid to be brought into the NASCAR Hall of Fame for a once-in-a-lifetime learning experience. So I mean, I think that's a pretty cool thing to do, to know that that's where your money's going towards, and all the money that is donated goes straight to the foundation. So I'll go ahead and put the link up here in a second. But I mean, so far so good. Like I said, we had some cars spread out there, but everybody gets to get back together for better or worse, because we you know, as much as everything else, sometimes cautions breed cautions. But it looks like we have a visitor here. Matt, we got you back up in the booth. What do you got for us?
Yeah, so just letting you guys, I fixed all the permissions for you guys, since I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So yeah, I fixed it for you guys. Congratulations, you guys can do what you want, and I'm leaving now. Congratulations. Good job,
actually, we still don't have it, because I can move you around within this channel, but for some reason I still can't drag you out of it. But that's beside the point. We'll make it work one way or another.
You just get back out of that track.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, get back out there, buddy. That was Matt Deason jumping in here one more time, talking to us. Hopefully he can get back out there. He's a lap down right now, but it's him pulling back out there, and just needs now he needs another caution, but this time to get him back on the lead lap. But we are getting ready to go back green. The pace car's going to be entering turn 3 right now, as everyone else is going to be catching back up. It is going to be Wes Heisel, Brennan Timon on the front row, then Crash Neon, Liam Brotherton, and Steven Sharik making up your top 5.
Yeah, Matt's got plenty of time still. he might even benefit from this being at full speed. You see where he's at up on the track map. He's just passing. He's entering turn 3 right now. They're coming out of 4. They're heading down the tri-oval area, so he might have to lift it just a little bit, as he will definitely be to the back of this field as they're going to green. So
and just
almost perfect time.
Drive right around the outside. He's gonna get his lap back real quick right here.
Right to the front.
And green flag back out, and we are racing again at Talladega. Timon getting a nice launch on the inside and getting some help there by Neon. As they both easily go to the front, but we got another incident. And it looks like it might have involved the 15 of Colby Jackson again.
See what happened here at the start.
Looks to go 3 wide and just a little bit too close there.
Wow.
Tic-tac machine hard on the inside wall there. We're going to be under caution one more time. The 94 looks like, for the most part, kind of gets away. Not too bad. I mean, I don't know if there's really any damage to that 94 there of Jeff Addison. So we'll see. See if that's worthwhile of coming in. And that's a situation there where it's tough. I mean, you see a little bit of wrinkle in that front right, and man, I would hate to be a driver or a crew chief. I mean, either way on this kind of situation here, because you have plenty of time. Once you come into the pits, you have plenty of time to that field comes back around to sit in there and take a good amount of damage to get repaired. But not all the time do they actually repair all the damage, and you need every little bit repaired here at Talladega. So looks like I don't think Deason was involved in the incident there, so he may be able to get back out there and get back on the lead lap. But either way, we're here on under caution again on lap number 18.
Yeah, so we talked about cautious breeding cautions, and just a little close to each other, and obviously, burn up them fast repairs, if they had any tonight. And that's not what you want to do here this early in the race. It's very high stakes and high speed. The slightest of mistakes is so amplified, at 180 to 200 miles an hour. I mean, they were just getting underway, so maybe only about 150 on that last one, but definitely very amplified for these drivers out there. Just the slightest of movements, and we were watching the cars here earlier before we went to the first caution. The cars, kind of bobbing and weaving just a little bit, or gliding up a half a lane or so, and drivers trying to catch it. And the way that you kind of defend that or beat that off is just to go ahead and lift just a little bit in the corners. It allows the car to settle down a little bit, and it stays down in your own lane, and that way you don't have to worry about your car washing out up a lane or two, and the driver above you wondering if you're gonna door them or not. So we had a couple of takers there for pit lane, as as sometimes when these things happen, people take the most opportunity to come in. But it looks like you see there on the timing tower a few that have come in red, obviously in green, which says a pit exit. That's them exiting, coming out as of right now. So, but Crash Neon up front there in the number 224 on the timing tower here tonight.
Like Matt has cleared and got back onto the lead lap here, and also helped out by getting this caution shortened down by 1 here. Looks like, unfortunately for any Roy Cunningham fans out there, iRacing just crashed on him, so he is currently out of the race. Going to try and hopefully get back in here, and never know, it could be a couple more caution that can get him back on the lead lap. But it looks like you see Colby Jackson there. He is already a lap down and still in pit lane. Not sure if he had to tow back to pit lane or what the case is, but that car is certainly heavily damaged and going to need it. That's one that I don't care if I'm a crew chief or driver. I know that needs to get a fast repair done right there. You're gonna have to use at least one of them on that one. But
yeah, he just can't catch a break. He was kind of involved in the other one as well. But back to the front here with the ghost car. and then Wes on the outside there in the gas can car. So just definitely doing a good job. The iRacing car, it looks like it's going to come in, and these guys are going to go back to green here shortly.
Yeah, the field group back up here is going to be Neon Heisel on that front row. And we still got quite a ways to go. It's going to be 81 laps to go here at the line, so plenty of time yet for anything to happen. You know, Colby Jackson certainly not out of it yet. Going to go a second lap down right now. But the green flag is out, and we are racing once again as the field heads off into turn number 1.
Yeah, I figure I'll hop back on board here with Kevin back in P number 13 as he sees the field take off down turn number 1. Obviously, Kevin wanted to be in that position, not to lose the draft, so get a pretty decent start. Just kind of sitting back and just kind of hanging on to see what will kind of unveil itself here. As you know, we're on lap 20 of 100, so still 80 laps remaining. It's a long time. A lot of mileage is still remaining here at Talladega. A lot of adrenaline still to go through here tonight.
So who are you guys pulling for out there? Who do you think is going to get this thing done here tonight? Who are your favorites? Who do you want to see on the screen a little bit more? Get a little more camera time, a little more TV time. Just throw it in the chat, and we'll oblige. We'll try and get you as much TV time as possible. Looks like the 15 of Colby Jackson back out there. He's 2 laps down, but threatening to possibly end up going 3 laps down here pretty soon. He's on the backstretch. That Tic Tac car is looking nice and clean once again for now. Hopefully Jackson can keep it that way the rest of this race, but he's got the leaders that are going to be coming up very quickly on him. He's going to have to try and be as nice as possible. Let them go on by and then grab onto the back end of the racers here and try and just, you know, kind of hang on for now and maybe get some wave arounds, get some lucky dogs, and get himself back on this lead lap if we get some more cautions.
Yeah, and they're coming up on him now there. So we'll see what kind of break they give him here as they work by that Tic Tac machine. He's going to end up floating to the... Oh, a little too far back.
Yeah, unfortunately, just a little bit too slow there coming out. So he's going to hope to maybe grab the next little back that's coming up here in a bit.
Yeah, move up here. See a little bit 3 wide, or at least looking to go 3 wide action here within the top 10. Ooh, a blinking car.
And that's one thing that's just a horrible feeling, whether you're that blinking car or whether you're anywhere near him, especially right behind. Yeah, and at these speeds, you just don't know what to do. I mean, you want to stay behind. You don't want to mess up the draft. You don't want to, lose anything, but you also don't want to get wrecked out. It's a tough situation to be in as man. I don't think they realize we still got 70 plus laps to go in this thing. They're already getting a little dicey up here. I think they're just happy to be back up here in the pack and not falling too far back, but gotta be careful. Racing around a little bit too much, and you could fall back pretty easily. It looks like the 15 is stopped on the track.
No.
Looks like
Jackson?
I'm not sure if he...
See what happened to Colby this time.
I think he just pulled down to the bottom and decided to exit out of here. He got off the track to make sure there was no caution, and he ended up towing it back to pit lane. So that might be the end of the night for Colby Jackson. As it looks like he backs back up into the garage. There you go.
Bring it in, boys. We're at experiment.
So you see right there, like the 10 right now, right behind that 7. I mean, the 7's trying to push with all his might against that 83, but one little bobble, one little blink out from the 7 at the wrong time, and he's going to be inside that 83 and can cause a ton of damage. At the 10, you see him back off a little bit. I don't blame him there at all. I'd probably back it off as well, let alone the fact that it's, a phrase that we always say here in super speeder racing: you don't push the pusher.
Never. Never. It ends up badly. If you push the pusher, you have, let's say, that, who's that? Is that Jeremiah? No, that's not. Who's up front here? It's the 82. third?
Steven STRE is the one leading right now. The 86 is the one that's on the inside there.
Okay. Well, you can see the upper line there, and they're making moves right now. Blink that car blinking. It's going to be treacherous for some of them drivers up there. But yeah, that third car back in line, if they start pushing, they'll end up turning the pusher or the front guy altogether, and just wipe out the whole field. That's where the big one comes from. A big majority of the time, or somewhere in the middle of the pack. But everybody's just trying to run as fast as possible. And again, the 7 is in the wall that time by, but they keep it going straight as they go down the backstretch.
New leader out front, and Jeremiah Galtney is now taking the lead. The 83 of Steven STRE in second. Third in line is Matt Deason, so back on the lead lap and back up there at the front as well. First time he's been up in the top 3 all night here, as we will complete. Looks like we're stuck on the replay, at least on my screen here. But either way, we are now completed with 25 laps, so order of this race is done, and we're there we go. As Liam Brotherton now takes the lead on the outside. Big push on the outside is going to put Brotherton in the lead. Time in second. And then Mershowitz? I don't know. I'll try. I'll try. But
I want to say Merkowitz, but I was, because I don't know. I don't want to mess it up to you. I was in the Navy, and I had this gentleman, their name was 13 letters long, and it started with a letter D. I called him D13 for months until I finally one day sat him down, said it over and over and over and over again, and he just kind of chuckled. It was fun.
I mean, you're certainly you're no stranger to taking a stab at pronouncing drivers' names for better or worse. I mean, to the point where we had a league that we broadcast that he pronounced his name so many times wrong that he just decided to call him Peter Parker, and it turned into that driver running some Spider-Man paint schemes just because of it. So sometimes it's better or worse either way. But Brotherton now was your pole sitter, and the 34 of Timon was your outside pole sitter. They have both found their way back up to first and second here on the field. Dyson started back there in 16th, shotgun on the field, and he is now moving to the outside and taking over second place. We'll see if he slides down in line or if he's going to stay up there. Looks like he's going to hang up there and hope the other cars pick him up, but they do not. They gave him the virtual middle finger and keep him out there to the outside. 3 wide, dancing back and forth. You got to keep it straight, boys, if you want to kind of get any kind of runs going out there. But it looks like they calm down now a little bit, and we'll keep it green. We'll keep it racing here. But, man, it's getting a little dicey. It's scaring me a little bit up here in the booth.
It was way too early to be playing any close calls in this race. And, back there, we'll go back here with the 77 of Marco and these 4 drivers back here. This is a good spot at the moment. With what's going on up front, if they can see these 4 drivers are doing what needs to get done, just hanging single file. They're a little farther, a little far back. They should catch up just a little bit, but maybe they can tuck it up together and work their way back up there. We will see as they continue to battle up front, 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 for the first 8 cars, 9 cars.
Kevin's on leading the way on the outside, getting pushed by Sharik as they'll go to the lead. Now Sharik going to leave him to the outside and look to the inside here to take the lead. And it's, again, I feel like they're definitely a little racier than I would want, as that was a heck of a move there to the inside. Somehow they didn't hit each other, didn't touch each other, so I guess good driving, question mark. But yeah, I mean, right now it's a good time to kind of test out the waters, and especially for these drivers up here, you got an idea of how many cars are going to be out here in the mix of it, hopefully by the end of it. But you want to figure out when you can make that run. Some drivers like to be leading on the white flag. I always say on super speedways, the worst place to be is in the lead at the white flag because
And we say that a lot,
you're
but I've
doing a
seen
ton of-
that.
I
I've seen that guy win a lot.
I know. I stand by it. I don't care what you say, Jimmy. I stand
It's the
by it.
most
I don't want to be believed.
uncomfortable. How about it
Yes.
might not be the worst spot, but it's very uncomfortable being up there. I've been at Talladega. I've won at Talladega. A late caution, bringing everybody super close together, or just everybody trying to take your spot away. It is so hard. The track's too wide. You can't block the whole thing. Even you're not supposed to block anyways. You're just trying to cover. Maybe mess somebody up just a little bit, throw them off. It's 7 on the outside now. I got to blink his way back to this group here that's going. But 2x2 still up front. The 10 and the 83 making their way here as we come down to completion of lap number 31.
Yeah, getting close to a third of the way complete here. It's been a nice little green flag run. And we got kind of 2 packs that have formed here as we got the top 11 here in this first pack, and then 12th through 14th. And I believe there might be a lap car that's mixed in there too. From 12th to 14th is a good 10 seconds behind these drivers, and they're losing each time by. So it's funny because we see some cars at these super speedways do better single file. We've seen some others that do better side by side and racing and kind of working each other off the side draft, and they actually go faster than single file. It makes no sense to me, and I feel like the cars going single file that you'll see there in 12th through 14th should be going faster if they're keeping it nice and straight and nice in line. I mean, these drivers up here in the top 11, not exactly keeping it straight. They're certainly dancing around here a little bit, so I don't know. I guess maybe dancing's faster tonight.
I mean, right now they're still going forward and they're still green, so it might be a little close and tensions might be high, but they're getting it done right now and getting these laps ticked down one by one as they work their way. And maybe some of these drivers drive around each other every single week, so they're used to it. Got me a little, my blood pressure's up as well for some of these drivers. They are very tight going around here, but they might just be used to it. The 7 goes around. Oh, got 3 involved.
And the yellow flag is going to come out a third of the way through this race. We'll see what brought that out, and I wonder if the blinking from that 7 of Kevin Zahn is what caused this. We'll take a look back here in a second and see what happened. But a few cars getting taken out in this. Looks like it already started there, so we'll bring it back here a little bit and see if it might have just been a move gone wrong here. As the 30 dives down to the inside, it looks like a big net code, and that could also be from the 7's issues on the track here. Again, blinking out a lot, which means that the connection is not exactly great, and that could very well have contributed there to the net code that was involved in between the 30 and well, actually the 3 technically, and the 7 here. I missed the third car involved in that one. I think that was the other third car was Galtney involved as well, the 11. But certainly some heavy impact here for the 7 and the 3.
Yeah, some heavy
It's going to bring us
impact.
under another caution.
Yep, lap 34, another caution comes out. Some of these drivers might be running out of them fast repairs, like we said. Are going to find themselves coming in pretty much every time, trying to get some work done on the car. You can get about your initial pit stop. You can get about 45 to 50 seconds complete or work done before that pace car comes around. Get back out there and come back in a second time and get roughly about another 20 to 30 seconds, depending on how well you're able to execute the exit of pit lane. To get that down to a little over a minute of time without any fast repair. Anytime these cars do take damage, they get like a virtual timer to like how much damage or it would take to get all the damage repaired. So these drivers here coming down, taking pits, you can see some just topping off the fuel, getting back out there. Tires aren't like a huge ordeal, and especially not this part of the race. But maybe somebody didn't change tires yet. Maybe they would be thinking about it here soon as we're coming up almost on the halfway, within 15 laps. But it looks like the 52 there got their Ford Mustang all cleaned up, took a fast repair, get back out there, and we'll be competitive this time around. But right now, it is going to be the 224 right now. Yeah, coming up to the pace car now, followed by the 10 of Liam, and then Brendan, Matt, Enrique, Wes, Jeff, Jeremiah, and Steven and Daniel for your top 10.
Everybody that was involved in the incident there, getting a fast repair and getting nice and clean back out there. But I do got to apologize to all the fans out there because I lied to you. I did not lie about it being a nice day. It is a beautiful day here at Talladega, 78 degrees out there. But I was wrong. It is not a nice day on the track. And honestly, typically, I agree with you, Jimmy. Tires aren't really a concern with these races, but we got a nice little balmy 136 degree track temperature. That is scorching hot out there on the track, and it certainly could be contributing to some of these drivers kind of dancing around a little bit. I mean, you can't just say it's what they're looking to do. They may be dancing around because this track is just so god awfully hot right now. And I mean, I know you want to maybe not take tires to get track position.
Man,
but
I thought Carl gave us hot tracks. I mean, I thought he was the only one. That 140 mark coming up quick there, 136 degrees. Yeah, that's definitely will make tires a little slicker than normal for sure, and only partly cloudy. So we'll see if those track temperatures can affect, or if it's going to get a little bit cooler here as we are past high noon. We're at the 12:40 mark here, game time. That's why I brought up the weather there on the overlay for you all to see kind of what the drivers are dealing with. And not even any wind, only 2 mile/hour winds, Carl.
Listen, it probably feels like a beautiful breeze at this point. I mean, I think I'd take anything right now. Man, 136. I'm glad for these drivers it's virtual, because it would just not be fun in a real cockpit at that kind of a temperature on the track. I mean, I know it's 78 degree, real field temperature on the outside, but that heat's going to be coming up from that track and the cars. But either way, we are going to get this thing back to green. We're already more than a third of the way through this race. It is Crash Neon, Liam Brotherton, Brendan Timon for your top 3, Matt Deason and Enrique Cuculana for your top 5. Then you got Heisel, Galtney, Addison, Kevin Zahn, and Sharik for your top 10.
Yeah, you're talking about being out there in real life. I would have to take my rig and put it in my attic in the middle of summer. I mean, I do live in Florida, so that the attic does get pretty hot up in there. That might be the touch of realism up there.
Yeah, just throw like 2 or 3 heaters around you as well. I mean, just top it off. Well, I mean, the heaters will give you that 2 mile/hour wind. There you go.
Yeah, probably.
Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. And if you haven't done so, hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything STRE has to offer. We posted the link here earlier as well. If you'd like to donate to the NASCAR Hall of Fame Foundation, please do so. And again, every $20 donation will bring an economically challenged student into the NASCAR Hall of Fame for a once-in-a-lifetime learning experience. But we're about to get this thing back under green one more time, and it is in control by the 224 Crash Neon on the inside as we head back to the Geico restart zone. He is back on the loud pedal, and we are racing again at Talladega.
Yeah, 64 laps remaining. The 224 out to a nice start, but this is always one of them tracks. You don't want to get like a humongous jump, because you'll just get freight trained or ran over by your fellow competitors, because basically, essentially, you have no draft, and you're by yourself, and they just draft up and just buzz right by. So you can see that outside. It looks like they're going to tuck up with one another there. Matt trying to push that outside to the front.
It's not often that you jump on the gas and you start driving away past the start-finish line, and all of a sudden you find yourself dragging the brake. I mean, but that's kind of what you need to do here. Oh man, it looked like I couldn't tell there if the 10 was moving down or if he got squirrely, but either way he's going to move down. Decent gets a little bit sideways there, but he is going to save it as we'll come around and complete lap number 37. And these cars are certainly dancing around, whether it's track temperature or whether it's these drivers. Either way, it's getting a little crazy once again on this restart. 3 wide as a 20 looking to move himself on the outside. Now, early on here, it seems like the outside lanes are definitely preferred to make your passes, but then these drivers typically, as you see, they're jumping right down to the bottom. But I always, with how much you're dancing around, I'm not sure how I would feel about it, but the middle line is honestly the one that is question mark, couple of saves. No arm, no foul. We're good. We're good. It's green. It's green. We're good. Woo! As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by about 16 wrecks that didn't cause any cautions.
Khaki is the new color for drivers' pants.
So that middle line is key, especially at the end of the races for moving up through the field, because you're not just getting one side draft, you're getting a double side draft. And the side draft in these cars, just like any cars here at Talladega, is huge. So, if you got the cojones to jump to that middle and move your way through the field, you can certainly do so very quickly, and sometimes without any chance of or any help from the back. But man, I'm still kind of catching my breath after these close calls here on that last lap. We could have had easily another caution, but great saves by these drivers.
Yeah, and the front drivers will like to go 2 wide, so that's going to allow the 6 and 7 of Les and Marco to catch. Oh no, excuse me, Enrique and Wes to catch up. So they're in the back. They were starting to kind of hang back there from the top 5, but now the front 7 have a chance to start stretching it out here as we move back to Marco Evans, number 76. With the 83 of Steven Sharik. So they're running two cars strong right now, but maybe lifting just a little bit to allow the 20 of Michael Armstrong and Rory Cunningham to catch up, make that 2 to 4. You're gonna just gonna be a better drafting pairing. You want at least 3. 4 usually works pretty good, if not better, if they can work together. As you can see them bobbling around, that doesn't help things. But once they figure things out, if they just hunker down, they can catch that front row. They should be able to catch the front group if they start battling. But right now, the front 7 are single file.
And that front 7 being led by the 94 of Jeff Addison, Timon, Brotherton, Neon, and Deason for your top 5. Then you got Heisel, Kukulon, Evans, Sharik, and Armstrong for your top 10. But we still got, looks like everybody but Colby Jackson and myself out there on the track. So the top 15 still out there, still running, and everyone on the lead lap. But certainly it's once again spread out for a couple of these groups. As Jimmy mentioned, we got the top 7 right there in line, but then when you got a gap back to 8th through 11th, and then another 5-second gap back to 12th and 13th. Looks like Galtney and Kevin Zahn have fallen off the back of this pack and certainly need some help to catch back up. But we still got plenty of racing left to go, not even at the halfway point. Laps 42 right now of 100 here in the For the Kids 266.
Yeah, and up on the timing tower there along, I just want to switch the gap to interval, so you can see how close your drivers are driving next to one another. And then you obviously, orange means they're extremely close. Red, looking maybe to make a pass. They will drop to yellow and then actually go to white after they hit that 1 second mark. So you can see the break there. Top 7 running away, then 2 seconds back to Marco Evans as they're in a pack of 4, and then 5 seconds back, like Carl said, back to Jonathan. So right now, but the front are looking to battle a little bit, especially up front. 2 wide between Jeff and Brendan. They each want to lead this thing, and you're out there racing, and you got a little over half the distance remaining still here tonight for the Hall of Fame Foundation. So yeah, get out there, get you some laps led, see if you can win this thing, bring it home tonight. But they're beating and banging up there a little bit. Might not last very long.
Now it's going to bring the field right back to them. There, you had a little bit of a gap for a brief second, but everybody back on top of each other once again. And yeah, as we mentioned, I mean, this is to benefit the NASCAR Hall of Fame Foundation. So, all the proceeds are going to the foundation for this race. So, nothing on the line out there. But anytime you step into a car, Jimmy, you know this as well as I do. You're not out there just necessarily have fun. Of course, ultimately you want to have fun, but you're gonna have the most fun if you're out there in the lead and you're winning the race.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you like adrenaline, get on up in there. I mean, 3 wide going down the backstretch, not too much of a hassle, but then we're going to hit these corners. Can these drivers hold it together? You can see the 20 drifting up just a little bit, not unable to kind of hold that car down, and looks like they're doing a little bit better job holding it this time by coming out of 3. Now heading into 4, or down the, out of 4, coming down the triover area. Not doing too bad, not too much bobbling. 20 steps out just a little bit, maybe looking for a little bit of clean air. It's so tempting, Carl. You get that little bit of run. Instead of lifting, just hold your foot to the floor and either go to the outside or inside, depending on what lane opens up for you. And, it's just so tempting as a driver, but lots of laps left. 55 laps remaining with the 94 of Jeff Addison out front.
When you talk about lifting, you mentioned the word lifting quite a bit, and in these cars you can do that. There's these cars right here can take lifting without getting out of shape, but there's a lot of cars that you get out here, and when you're running out here full throttle and all of a sudden you lift, they get upset a lot, and you're actually better off dragging the brake. And even, I mean, that's typically what I do no matter what in short or in super speedway races is I try not to lift unless a major lift is needed, because a lot of times it's really going to upset the balance of the car and shift that weight around just a little bit too much in the front. So I typically like to just plant that foot to the floor with on the throttle, and if I need to quote unquote lift at all, I'm just going to get that other foot over there and just drag the brake a little bit and kind of whoa it up. Unless you're on the straightaways here, you're fine. Lifting, dragging the brake, whatever you want to do on the straightaways. But in the corners, I'm more of a drag that brake kind of guy.
Yeah, I prefer, like, I talk about lifting, but I'm more of the lifting type of guy because I'm also trying to save fuel. I'm not trying to be out front, not trying to lead this thing. I'm trying to hug the guy's bumper to, make that time up possibly in the pits. If I'm a driver that's back in 6th and 7th and tucked up behind another driver, I'm going to try to save some fuel, and you can see drivers jockeying around right now, moving to that top side, moving forward just a little bit. So inside maybe going away. I don't think so, not yet. Just all the drivers covering the top, or kind of going around, that one person taking that opportunity to move up in position for the moment. The 18 is out front, or 10.
Almost seemed like a bit of a sneak attack there from those from the front 4 right now, as they jumped to that outside and all of a sudden started checking out. I think that's why you've seen some of these drivers then all of a sudden jump out there to try and cover that off and make sure that they didn't just go and run away with this thing. And they certainly did, as we got still a bit of a breakaway for the front 8 positions right now, all on screen, and they got a bit of a gap back now to 9th place Crash Neon. As man, still close and really trying to utilize that side draft. And looks like Kevin Barb, the 12, might have just jumped into the pits. Not sure if there was an incident or not, but the 12 now into pit lane.
You can get past anyway. Not anything recent.
I think the 12 was back, I think, quite a ways, and then might have just decided to come in. But right now we got the top 8, or the top 7 here, then 8th place just catching up there. That's Jeff Addison just catching up to the back of the field, but again, got about a 2-second gap now, so out of drafting range right now. So that's why you see these 3, Armstrong, Neal, and Heisel, trying to tuck up with each other here. Maybe try and make a run back up to the front.
Yeah, they have to stay patient back here. I mean, they're at that. They're not at a bad range, by a little bit farther than I would like, but definitely a little more comfortable spot. And if something happens, and you see these drivers here, they're kind of, they're not organized at the moment. They're in a triangle pattern. Maybe it works. I don't know. I mean, I've only seen fighter pilots fly triangle patterns. And these things got 4 wheels, so. But back up front, they're single file right now, Carl. I think, hey, we're about at that 50% mark here of the race, and we still got 50 more to go.
I mean, listen, the triangle is the strongest shape in geometry. So I mean,
I guess
it's got to mean something. You know, if you form a triangle, it should punch through that air real nice. But
I would imagine.
Well, either way, we are going to complete this lap and cross the halfway point, as it is currently Liam Brotherton at the front as they're catching up on some lap traffic here. Looks like the 12 of Kevin Barr back out there and about to go another lap down here, and then not too far in front is Daniel Cabenzon, going to be going down a lap as well. But at the front, it is Brotherton, Sharik, Timon, and Deason and Evans for your top 5. Then Cunningham, Addison, Kukulon, Eisel, and Armstrong for your top 10. And it's worth noting, the man right there on the screen, Roy Cunningham, had that internet issue earlier. Snuck back in here, snuck himself right up to that top 6.
He wrangling it up. You got to get the horses back together, get that internet going. But yeah, definitely in a position here to maybe win this thing even. Doing well, running in that number 55 Wrangler machine. And then, so obviously some cars jockeying around, trying to get every little time so you can see everybody's paint jobs. iRacing has done a fantastic job kind of going through and doing some new updates for their textures and stuff. Makes the cars look very, very nice. And a lot of drivers out there that take a lot of time, whether it's the driver themselves or a livery shop they've gone to or just something that they've chosen. Oh, but with the 55...
Oh, I talked about
Broadcaster's curse.
Yeah, that is my fault as the 55 gets sent down there. It's going to be a caution, but unfortunately, I think that might be even more because I think it's going to be a penalty there for the 55. Hopefully, he can get that cleared since he got sent down pit road. It's going to be an unsafe entry. But yeah, if West End isn't taking a look at the chat, it's certainly it's time to wake up. We are past the 50 lap point here. But we'll take a look and see what brought this caution out. And looks like maybe just another bump draft gone wrong. And the 76 gets tagged there from the 55, and I think the 55 just kind of slowed up right because he didn't want to get him squirrely. And the 94 of Addison ends up hooking Cunningham. And I guess it's a benefit to where he did slide because the pit wall doesn't continue there. It turns in there for the pits. So he's going to get an unsafe entry. Again, hopefully he can at least get that cleared possibly. I'm not sure if they're doing that here tonight, but either way, there's no damage on that Wrangler car here, and his connection's still good. He's still in here, so that's a good thing too. So hopefully he can get back out there and rejoin these boys out here for the second half of this race. But that's what we're in. We're in the second half finally of this 100 lap race here. The kids at 266.
Yeah, so halfway in the books, and a lot of good racing going on. Obviously, maybe some of the new drivers enjoying some time out on track that doesn't necessarily hurt your I rating or your safety rating. Just out here for fun, raise some money, and promote a great cause there with the Hall of Fame Foundation. So definitely a good thing to be out here. And me and Carl are happy to be up in the booth, give these drivers some well-deserved coverage, especially for this special event. So I also want to say Merry Christmas to everybody out there, and thank you for joining us here on CRN. And if you haven't, give us that Christmas wish, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. We continue to do iRacing live coverage pretty much throughout the week.
Yeah, and that thumbs up is going to help, this video as well to try and get out there, and maybe it'll pop up through YouTube, and somebody will see this and want to donate. So it's certainly it doesn't just help us out; it helps Matt out, and it helps the foundation out possibly as well to try and maybe get some more donations in there. And just want to give a shout out once again to our sponsor for this race, ATYL Media. And again, if you're looking for a one-stop shop for all things motorsports, head on over to ATYL Media, where they're making motorsports media your way. From above the yellow lines, Taylor Kitchen and her team, A2YL Media, brings you the latest from NASCAR, F1, IndyCar, and so much more. Follow ATYL Media on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all your motorsports news. ATYL Media, motorsports media your way. Jimmy, we're done with over half the race now here at Talladega, and I mean, say what you want on how crazy and wishy-washy some of these lines have looked out here tonight. We still got pretty much the entire field still out there.
Hey, everybody out there still trucking along. Well, not really trucking. They're out there next gen and whatever
Cruising.
they make. Oh, they're cruising, right? So definitely out here doing their thing, having fun, and a lot of, I'm sure, holding breaths. And it probably might do a little better if you breathe while you're going through the corners. These drivers are doing a fantastic job. The only thing I haven't seen yet, Carl, and I don't know if we will, is green flag stops. Green flag stops on a super speedway are probably one of the most fantastic things you can see, especially when it's executed correctly. It's usually 5, 6, 10 drivers coming in to the pits all at the same time. Hopefully nobody locks up. Hopefully everybody hits their breaking point, and hopefully everybody gets to the pits on time. It's a chaotic mess, and when executed properly, it's a very sweet sight to see.
I was going to say you pronounced that wrong. You said fantastic. You meant to say chaotic. That's exactly what it is. It is chaotic, crazy, nuts. Throw in any kind of word you want to. It's scary as a driver, because regardless if you have some friends that you're going down into the pits with or not. I mean, you almost at the speed you're coming in there, and you want to brake as late as possible. You want to try and get in there and maximize that entry as much as possible, but you're not coming down with just one other driver. You're not coming down there with, quote unquote, just your friend. You're coming down there with probably a group of 6, 7, 8, 9 other cars, and everybody's got to kind of funnel in there. Everybody's got to get into that little cattle chute into the pit lane, and it doesn't always end well, or I guess start well, if you will. But either way, I haven't had to deal with that yet tonight. We'll see if we have to deal with it in the second half of this race. But at the front of the field, it is going to be Liam Brotherton, Wes Heisel, Brennan Timon, Enrique Coquelin, and Jeff Addison for your top 5. And still got a lot of racing to go. And it looks like we still got 14 drivers on the lead lap. Kevin Zana is 1 lap down. Kevin Barb 1 lap down as well. Looks like just getting a wave around right now. Colby Jackson, the only one that is retired and out of this race. I've yet to turn a lap out there. I think we're going to keep it that way. I mean, I can get out there and
taking you off the tower.
Listen,
off the tower.
Colby Jackson left. I can get out there. I can sneak out there and get a second last. Make myself feel better. I'm not dead last. You'll never know it. I'll just get out there, putt around for a good 16 laps or so, and get myself a second last.
You'd be by yourself. Who's that guy?
You know as well as I do, I don't like the next gen, so I ain't getting out there at all.
Put these things to rest. They're a lot of fun. I've had a few races in them, and I think they're enjoyable. When they first came out, I didn't enjoy them when they replaced the original A car, or what do they call it, the Gen 6 car. And maybe because the Gen 6 car and the truck, I felt that they drove very close to one another, but one was a C license and the other one was an A. So fortunately enough, I was able to get a win in that car, but a little bit of a big start there by the 10, and we'll see. We talked about it earlier. We're going to go ahead and focus on the 10 and see what happens when you pull out to a couple car lead over the pack.
Well, 12, I was kind of keeping an eye on the 12 there. Kevin Barb trying to catch up to the back of the pack as well. At full throttle right now, it's going to be close. Don't think they're going to catch up to the back of the pack. You see the pack kind of shoring up right now and looking to make a run at Brotherton and not going to waste any time. Choo-choo goes the train around the outside here, and it's going to be Heisel to the front, but not for long. As Kukulon going to the inside for the lead. The 22 to the front, but now here comes the 3. Remember the 3 was involved in that incident earlier? Well, he's all repaired and he's all good to go. And I know he's got a lot of fans out there, but it looks like he's just gonna slide back to 3rd place right now and gonna let the 22 lead this way. Timon moves himself into 2nd place. And it looks like, unfortunately, for the 12 of Barb, did not catch up to the pack fully. So we'll see how long they hang around. But it looks like maybe just blinking out. I thought Galtley had an issue there, but it looks like back in and everything is okay. But you see, it's a lonely feeling there. Got the benefit of getting that wave around to get only 1 lap down, but man,
he can see them.
See him.
They're
he just
there.
can't do anything.
Come back. Come back. Definitely a lonely feeling when you're by yourself out there. Been there, done that. Especially in officials, you get in a 2X accident and you lose power, lose arrow, and next thing you know, you just fall backwards. You're just out there to try to save your I rating and get some laps in because unless somebody wrecks out, you end up being in the back. So. It's a long time, but we'll say thanks Kevin, keep it up, and you never know what's going to happen. We still have plenty of laps remaining as we're on lap 58 of 100, and they are nose to tail for a loop. Well, I guess they're all nose to tail, aren't they? All the way back to top 11, 12. Yeah, everybody's nose to tail.
I feel like it's one of those situations where you just put the kids to sleep. Don't say anything. Don't make a move. Don't scare them. Don't wake them up. They're all single file right now. It's nice and cozy. It's fine. It's not going to be in probably 2 seconds, but for now, let's enjoy it. Let's let them click off a few laps here. But while we do, we're going to go ahead and step aside here for a little bit and do something that we like to do, kind of the second third of this race, and that's crank it up here a little bit and give everyone out there in Sierra Nation a little love to hear it.
Love to hear it. We're enjoying some sights and sounds of the next-gen cars here at Talladega, but caution flies here on lap 61 in the front. As you can see, pizza going to the wall. Cars bouncing off each other, some net code happening. 34, 94 going to take some heavy hits directly into the wall as they're going to lock brakes, hold down, spin around, whatever it takes, so nobody else gets involved. But it looks like 3 drivers involved here, and we'll see if they still have their fast repairs to get back in this thing.
And that is, it's not a big one, but that's kind of a mini big one. There's a few cars involved in there, and you see some major damage. Yeah, you see right here the 12.
Hang on,
the 22 of Kukulon trying to get it back to pit lane on the backstretch right now, and still got quite a ways to go. And Man, it's horrible. And I don't know, Jimmy, if you can go to like a chase cam and show how bad that car is just kind of walking down the backstretch here, and yeah, you see how jacked the steering has got to be for that 22, just trying to limp it back to pit road, use one of those fast repairs. And I would assume the 34 probably wasn't much better.
And he's probably getting yelled at by all the other drivers out there. Hurry up, catch up! You're supposed to be in front of me. And then he's back in. He is trying his hardest. Oh, I know somebody said they didn't care for the in car, but I gotta pull in the cockpit here. Oh no, I don't have the wheel shown. But definitely working that wheel to try to get this thing down to the pits. To get it repaired, and he comes right down off the track, but right back up. So, the 12. Definitely with some damage.
Yeah, went to go around just to get the lap back there, and oh man, hopefully there's no damage to the front of that 12 as Barb finally getting back on the lead lap here, and then ends up pointing it into the wall. But it looks like the 22 did indeed make it back to pit lane there. Like Cabinzon also in pit lane.
He's gonna go all the way down to the end.
He's not at his pit stall yet. Yeah, exactly. He's not completely clear just yet.
Don't miss. Oh, fast repair. Bullseye. Hunt Brothers Pizza back on track. He will be good to go. Let's see. Matt back down here. His car looks like it's in pretty decent shape. Who else is down here? Daniel's car definitely was involved. A little bit of blinkage, but still got a good looking car right now. And Brendan in the Budweiser machine, I believe his vehicle is good to go as well. Yep, grab some buds. Number 34. I can go for a bud right now.
I did have some pizza earlier. It wasn't Hunt Brothers or the not sure who's what pizza company this is here, but
I'll go on the Chase. Who is that?
It's like Mr. I don't know. It's hard to tell right above the pizza there to see what it is, but either way, it's a good looking car, and that pepperoni number 80 is certainly looking kind of tasty out there. Well, either way, we're in the 60s now. We're at lap number 62 here, but still got plenty of racing. Well, yeah, no, that's in the 130s out there. Yeah, 130, 36, I believe. Are we still up there in the track temperature? Yeah, it's still showing 136 now. Yep. Yeah. Not cooling off at all.
Negative. Not even close to negative.
Looks like, trying to see who that was. I got the wave around. It looks like Kevin Barb catching back up to the field. I think it was Brandon Timon that got the wave around right there to get back up to the field. But at the front, it is going to be the number 3. We'll just keep it at that. I know he's got plenty of fans out there, and I'm sure they could tell us 20 different ways to pronounce his name. But Heisel going to start in second place. Galtney in third. Brotherton, Neon for your top 5. Then Sharik, Armstrong, Evans, Addison, and Cunningham for your top 10. I guess that's what we just got to call him as. Looks like that is. Yep, that was decent getting one of his laps back as he's trying to get things situated here for us in the Discord.
Just drive, Matt. We'll figure it out.
we'll take care of it after the race for sure.
I mean, he might have good timing. I think, let's see if I go back up front. Yep, lights are off on the pace car. Matt is down in the tri-oval. He is working his way back around the track. I think he knows that it's not over yet. There'll be another caution. He is bound and determined to make sure things are 100% here, leaving no stone unturned, and doing everything in the car and making sure Discord is ready to go. What a guy.
He's trying to catch back up to the field as well. This is the race within the race right here. Getting decent catch up to the field as they're coming to the tri-oval. The pace car is about to be in.
So close.
I mean, this is the same thing that Barb dealt with last time. Got so close to catching up to the back of the field. Coming through the final corner, it looks like the leaders are back to the restart zone. I think he's going to do it.
Oh, he
Green
might get.
flag
He might.
in the air, and he is just going to get to the back. May even have to blow up a little bit as he gets to the line.
Oh no, he's moving. He's past our first line. It's go time. Will the pros machine run to the outside? There's the draft.
There it is, full throttle and just 10 miles an hour faster than everybody right now, and just tugging right back in. Beautiful, beautiful right there. Now you can start breathing again. Or maybe you start holding your breath back in line, whatever it is.
He's probably saying, "Don't blink, number 7."
Yeah, exactly. It looks like Kevin's on maybe having or getting everything cleaned up there. I haven't seen the 7 blink for a little bit.
Yeah, a
little bit of a check up at the front as we had another blinker at the front. Try to see who that was right in the middle. What a move. There's got to be some pizza grease on the front of that 22 for him to be able to slide in there. But looks like Moobs is now in to the lead. Brotherton in second. Neon, Armstrong, Addison for your top 5, but not for long as Brotherton going to the outside once again. Big shot from behind there from the 224 of Neon. And
there's a push of the pusher.
Yep, push the pusher. Got him a little bit loose right there as they head off into turn number 3, and we're coming up on 2/3 of the way complete for this race. We still got a good 35 laps to go once we hit this line, but certainly the slingshot was engaged there, and man, it's getting dicey again. Again, there's 35 laps to go, boys. You really only need those last 5 to worry about. Just get there. That's all you gotta do. Just get there.
We have 35. 35 laps remaining here tonight. 3 wide. At Talladega, Carl, I've seen 3 wide here at this track a lot, and I think I've seen occasionally that the infamous 4 wide, and that is nuts. I've seen it a handful of times, and they make an actual lap 4 wide, so it's very interesting at Talladega. 4 wide, 3 wide gets a little scary. 2 wide, obviously, you got plenty of room for any minor mistakes. But a lot of people like to use those small opportunities, and if you hesitate, you're not making it. And that's usually when that happens, when somebody second guesses their move. Oh no!
Speaking of moves,
that was a close one there, and that was I think the 11. Jeremiah Gottlieb. 52 on the track.
He's been blinking a little bit these last couple laps. Look like it may have finally calmed down a bit here, but I would be scared to get around him for any kind of netcode issues. As the 7 now getting a freight train going back through the middle. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. And if you're just joining us, I know Barry just joined us out there, but if anyone else just joined us, this is the For the Kids 266 benefiting the NASCAR Hall of Fame Foundation. And if you're looking to donate at all, I posted the link earlier. I will post it again here in a second if you're looking to make any kind of donations. But again, every $20 donation will bring a economic challenge student into the NASCAR Hall of Fame for a once-in-a-lifetime learning experience. So a pretty cool little benefit race here, and just for fun. And these guys got to be having fun out there. I mean, it's scary for us, and we're cringing up here in the booth, but I can't tell if they're having fun, if they're out there racing scared, or what's going on, but I'm scared up here in the booth.
I mean, basically, I got a fast career left, you don't. Like 3 wide, here we go. 7 of Daniel Cabazan out there. He is a lap down, Carl, so I'll just pull up the tower. You can see he's 1 lap down, so trying to get his lap back the hard way, but it's he doesn't want to be involved in the incident. 4 wide, and gets tagged.
And that is Deason that gets sent up into the wall. The 34 also collected. And that's going to bring us under another caution, as, it looked like a bit of a move to go 4 wide there was not going to work out too well.
Yeah, definitely not what they wanted to see here. I'm going to end up playing this and then stopping as the incident has already occurred. We're going to go ahead and rewind this here. Go back. Let's see exactly what happened. You can see 4 wide. We will go up to the blimp. Give you that bird's eye view. Slow-mo it. 4 wide. Not working out. 7 drifts up into to Matt. Sends him sideways. And that's where it begins the chain. Matt finally bounces off the 7. Goes up. Collects a 34. People down on the apron. Looks like the 76 catches the back bumper of the 7. And then right in front of Inikre, Pizza Boy get clear on that one. But the 7 and 76 up in the wall. So 7 might just be done here. We've seen some damage in this, with the 7 earlier, so don't know if there's any more fast repairs for that car.
Yeah, we've seen a few of these drivers out here involved in a couple incidents here tonight. And again, each of these drivers getting 3 fast repairs. So I wish SDK would let us know who's got 1 left, because it's certainly it's going to be coming down to the end when it comes to fast repairs. Let alone this race is it's going to be 30 laps to go once we cross the line here, and definitely going to be within range. I think that they can make it all the way on fuel. So
I'm definitely
sure we'll
waiting to see a column for flags. For SDK, there's some other overlays that have that ability, at least to show whether there's a meatball. So, I mean, that would be a good indication if somebody had a meatball and had it clear. We'd be able to at least guess and be like, all right, they gotta use one of their fast repairs. But definitely something out there. I can see SDK in the future adding some sort of flags on their timing tower that me and Carl stare at with all the stats. It's just a lot of numbers, a lot of blocks. I mean, some of you all might think it's pretty interesting, or maybe some of you use it. So I know some drivers out there, they use SDK as an actual overlay. So, but definitely a lot of information to take in while we're watching these races. But yeah, moves out front with Crash Neon in second, Jeremiah Gauntly there in third. Liam's in 4th, Wes in 5th, Roy Cunningham's in 6th, Enrique is in 7th, Michael Armstrong's in 8th, Kevin Barb's in 9th, and Brendan Timon is in 10th.
Once again, as we're now down to 30 laps, let us know who you're rooting for. I know Moobs has certainly plenty of spectators out there watching him.
He's from Pennsylvania. He might get some pizza, Carl.
All right, there we go. A little hometown boy. I like it. Well, he's getting my vote now as well. I'll certainly I'll take a slice. We're good. Well, it's 30 laps to go. We'll see if he can get it done. But there's certainly been I feel like just about everybody in this race has led at least a lap here tonight. Some drivers going down a lap, some making their way back to the front, and some going back down a lap again. As it looks like Kevin's on in the pits right now. They're going to be down. Quite a few laps here. Looks like Deason, I believe, is back out there on the track, but I think he is also going to be. Is he on the lead lap yet, or not? He did rejoin back on the lead lap here. So we still got 13 cars on the lead lap. Evans, the 76, and the 7 of Kevin's on, still in pit lane, and they're going to be down a few laps here, but we're going to get them back under green here real soon, as should be doubling up this time by, as we'll take a look at the pace car, make sure the lights go out. Yep. Indeed, we're going to go green next time by. We'll double them back up one more time. 13 drivers still on the lead laps. 13 drivers still have a car. Well, I guess technically 15 do. I'm just not sure how bad that 14th to 15th is at the moment.
Maybe you can loan somebody yours.
I mean, it's listen, I had all 3 fast repairs. I'm just waiting for all these guys to wreck out before the end. I'm going to come out there and drive 100 laps by myself. I'm going to take this thing down.
Unlap yourself.
I got my own pit strategy, okay? Don't worry about it. As long as there's no timer on this race, I'll get my 100 laps in, that's for sure. It's going to be a long, boring 100 laps, though.
Well, definitely, I mean, we're only at maybe an hour and a half. I know this session's close to 4 hours. So it is an opportunity.
So I got time to do it by myself, is what you're trying to say.
As long as we don't hit as long as they all wreck out and don't finish, and you still have a little over 2 hours, you're good to go.
All right. So they tell me there's a chance. That's what I like to hear. Well, either way, we're going to take the
zero
green here.
0.001.
We're going to take the green here with the 28 laps left in the race. Haven't really had the big one just yet. We've had a couple crashes with, 3 cars involved, and then maybe, 4 cars if you include some cars going through the grass. But knock on wood, haven't really, kind of officially had the Talladega big one here, taking out, 5+ cars. So that's still on the table, whether these drivers want to think about that or not. We've gotten close quite a few times.
I mean, we got 28 laps.
I mean, we had
who's going bowling?
We had cars sideways back to back on the same lap and no caution. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen all the way to the end of this thing, but we're about to find out here. 28 laps to go. It is Moobs that has control of the lead here at the front. A Crash Neon on the outside. A little bit more controlled start on this one. Whoa, that was a
controlled
man.
Breathing?
It just glides out of the. There's got to be grease on the front of these bumpers for sure. Whatever it is, I mean,
NASCAR needs to flag the ghost machine. Maybe he's ghosting. Maybe he's ghost racing. It was one of those cars you can drive through everybody.
We've seen it so many times here tonight, and I could be, completely off base here. Maybe these, this is the car that these drivers like to run all the time, and they know exactly. Where the front end and the back end of these cars are, and they have that much skill out there, or maybe they're just stunning it, and hopefully it sticks. Either way, it's been sketchy to watch for sure in some of these situations. But Galtley now on the outside looking for the lead, getting pushed by Brotherton 3 wide at the back, as it looks like that's gonna settle in there, but it's pretty much 2 wide through the field right now, as now on the outside is still going to be Galtney, as getting a little bit out there, and now looks like possibly 3 wide. The 55 getting stuck in the middle, but maybe getting some help here from the 94 coming up through the middle as well. But on the inside, the 3 is holding his line. The 224 of Christian right there as well, but now we got 3 wide again happening towards the back half of the top 10.
Out there with the 52 down to the inside, so Matt trying to get gain the position, somebody out of the way, and sometimes it's what it takes. You set somebody up and kind of let them go to the wayside, and hopefully they'll tuck in behind you. I mean, it is early on, and with plenty of laps remaining here, 26 laps remaining, so there's that's still a lot of racing still on the track here. So. It'll move still out front with Brendan and the 3 of Jonathan. That's Moves. Yeah, so Moves back to 3rd. Liam's out front, and then 10.
Ooh, big move there. By the 34 down to the inside, and I was about to say, there's always somebody that likes to watch the world burn. Ethan seems to be that man, as he was calling for the big one on lap 75. Unfortunately, if it's Price is Right rules, you call the 1 over right now, so you're not going to get the prize tonight. It is on lap number 74. This is definitely the big one here at Talladega, as that involved quite a few cars. You see right here the 3 of Moobs getting back to pit lane. Can he get it to the stall without towing is the question. That thing is smoking. That thing is definitely going to need a fast repair. Quite a few others, looks like Addison, Brotherton, Timon, all getting involved in that one as well. We'll take a look back here in a second to see what exactly brought on. You see right there, looks like Moob's just up there a little bit, tags the back end of the 10, the 34 gets involved, the 55, the 94 getting in, as they both end up going up to the outside wall. Some hard impact right there. Looks like the rest of the field sliding sideways, but getting through, as the 22 got very close there. I'm not sure if the 22 made it.
You see down there, just everybody trying to spread out, running from each other, trying to keep speed up, obviously. So they all
But this
spread
is
out
definitely
there.
going to be one that is going to be putting these pit crews to work and putting those fast repairs to work. If they got them any left is the question. You see, that is the view that Moobs had after that wreck right there's got a front row view of that pizza on the hood, but that's about it. And this is a situation where, I mean, you're seeing on the screen what it looks like if they had a single monitor. Luckily, you know, like with some of these drivers, myself, I know Jimmy as well has you know, triple monitors, and you can at least kind of look out that left monitor and see what you're looking at. But we've seen this more than once, especially with this next gen car where the hood pops up and you can't see. But luckily, he's seen enough to get back to pit lane, got that thing all cleaned up, got a fast repair done, and he's back out there. But whew, that is
it's gonna move right back up there.
That's the big one.
Like it never happened, but fast repair, much needed there. And you know, unfortunate for some of these drivers, you know, their fast repairs might have been burned up. So, you know, you come out here with damaged cars or, you know, have to sit in the pits and hopefully most of it gets repaired. You might find yourself, hopefully you're not down power, and then you might find yourself, you know, just needing a little bit of, you know, help in front of you so you can tuck underneath somebody and pull you around and give you that opportunity to maybe slingshot right there at the end to get a good finish. But Matt Dietzen in the pits currently, still probably trying to get as much done to that car as possible. Jeff's down in the car there in the 94. You see the damage on the front right of that machine, and Brendan as well. And I'll go ahead, I might as well just go ahead and go down to the rear chase camera, Carl, so you can really see the damage done to these cars. But you know, the pit crews have to work on. Yeah, Jeff, just a lot of damage to that 94. So hopefully you get enough duct tape on that thing and get it back out there. Actually, Matt's car looks pretty decent. So hopefully, maybe he's just he's missing a rear.
Yeah, and then until you look at the back, yeah. I mean, it's lighter. It's just got, you know, one less bumper on it, so it's a little bit lighter. I'm not sure it's going to go any faster, but oof. Yeah, that certainly is going to leave these drivers with very few or possibly no fast repairs left, as we're down under 25 laps to go, but there's still a lot of racing out there, and we haven't even gotten to the dicey section yet. We haven't even gotten to those last 5 laps to go where you're fighting and putting everything on the line.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, I mean, it comes down to being super dicey in the final few laps here, and that's what it's like on most of these. And you see, we still have 12 drivers on the lead lap, so Matt being the last one on the lead lap, and you see Daniel, Jeff, and Brendan is in the pits right now. It does look like Jeff is going to call it. I'm seeing a little out, but that might not. He's out. He's out. So another car retires here, leaving 14 cars on the track and only 2 of them laps down.
Well, we're going to get this thing back under green this time by. It's going to be 22 to go out front. Crash Neon, Jeremiah Galtney on the front row. Then you got Heisel, Sharik, Cunningham, Barb, Armstrong, Kugelan, Moobs, and Brotherton for your top 10. And how about the 12? I mean, I feel like Barb has been down at least one, if not multiple laps, almost this entire night here, and just struggling to get back up. The one time he gets back to 1 lap to go, just couldn't catch up to the field, gets left behind a little bit. It just seems like nothing has gone right for the 12, but hey, there's going to be 22 laps to go, and up here inside the top 10 with a chance at getting back at this thing. So it's not about you know, I guess in this case it's not about the journey, it's about the destination.
I mean, you want to be there at the end, you know, and Buffalo Wild Wings, you know, with a little bit of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So somebody's shining that light forward. Pace car coming in.
Pace car is indeed in. It's going to be in control by the 224 of Crash Neon at the front. We'll see when they decide to get on that loud pedal and get this thing back going. as we head to the Geico restart zone, and a bit of bumping a little checking up there on the inside. That was with Barb right there. Not sure why they were hanging back a little bit, but we are back to green flag racing, and we head into turn number 1, already 3 wide as the 20 of Armstrong goes to the outside, but that line just kind of dies out. And it really seems like you can get some good runs, you know, catching up to people, but you need some friends to be able to make some passes.
Yeah, you definitely, if you made everybody mad tonight, you'd know quickly. You would be there by yourself unless they're trying to use you to get to a position. But 20 is able to get to the outside, heck of a run, looking to the outside, maybe to go 3 wide. But, you know, I think at this point with 22 laps to go, I'm tucking in. But drivers don't like to do that.
I was going to say, where are you tucking in?
I mean, it's all on the line. You know, this is for charity. I'm getting to the front. Yeah, 2020 was definitely trying to use that momentum to get to the front. A big bobble up front, though, there by Jeremiah. So
almost seeing another big one right there, as that would involve the front of the pack. And usually, if a wreck involves the front of the pack, it's going to involve the rest of the pack as well. Big run to the outside.
20 in the wall.
20 gets into the wall, and some heavy contact. It looks like they're going to keep it straight, going to keep it going, but that is certainly going to hurt the front end of the 20. And possibly the right side as well. And now going to hope that he can just hold on to the back of Moobs right now to try and keep in this draft, as looked like that was a bump involving Deason. He's going to slide back towards the back of the pack here in a 9th right now, but does catch up to the draft. But at the front, Galtney is getting pushed, and it seems like no matter who is at the front, that 224 is right there in second place, right in line, and being one heck of a pusher. I think he's got a lot of friends out here, the way it seems.
Yeah, 224 is undercover good race car, undercover race car driver, but they're gonna go 3 wide for the lead.
Yeah, that is one way to do it. And
that was a hefty bump.
Look who it is out front. It is the 12 of Barb trying to get out there. Just going to get hung out to dry a little bit. Now here comes again the run from Sharik. And we got a crash at the back involving Deason and I want to say, I don't think that was Armstrong. No, it looks like it's Deason and as soon as the car goes sideways, I'll see it. Galtney at the back, and looks like no caution right now. We're going to keep this thing going, as we got 19 laps to go, and the 12 of Barb laps down to the lead.
19 laps, and it's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. A shot in the back. Man, these drivers are really using that bump draft tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you do that with some of these other cars on iRacing, and it's not going to end too well. But these cars are a bit of a tank, and as long as you don't hit them too crazy, or when you're sliding sideways, if you hit them square, you can give a pretty good shot without any kind of movement on the back end of that car in the front. But man, I still wouldn't want to hit them as hard as they're hitting out here. They apparently know better than what they're doing than we do. But 18 laps left in this race. It is Barb, Sharik, Neon, Heisel, and Brotherton for your top 5. Then Kukulon, Moobs, Cunningham, Armstrong, and Evans for the top 10.
Still some good racing going on here. Trying to finish this thing up. 18 to go. Now's the opportunity. A lot of them drivers out of the draft. You're kind of down to the final. Is it 10 up here? Oh, and we got Roy. Yeah, Armstrong back there at 9. So 8 drivers looking to run away. And they got a little bit of distance there. So we go here. I'll just go pick up the timing tower, and I'll pull up the interval for you all so you can see the gap. Right there, 8th place, 5 seconds back to Mike Armstrong with Marco Evans. And then Matt Deason, obviously in fall, back to 23 seconds and climbing, with no way to catch up to the field unless a caution is flown. So you can see those top 8 all within 3/10 of a second from 1st to 8th.
Yeah, I don't like to root for anything bad, but I tend to agree with Ethan the way they've been really getting after it this entire race. I feel like we've not seen the last caution just yet, as they're side by side once again for the lead, and really side by side for this entire top 10. It's really anybody's game. I mean, even the ones that are feel like they're out of it at this point and quite a ways back. Caution comes out, they get a lap back, and they get back on the lead lap, and you never know.
Mike Armstrong might be sitting in the catbird seat 5 seconds back.
Exactly. I mean, this thing is as long as you got a faster pair, you're still in this thing. But right now, it is Brotherton and Barr side by side for the lead, but good shove on the outside by Moobs. Gets that number 10 of Brotherton back out to the lead, but now will Moobs once again leave him out to dry and dive to the inside? Nope. No, it's going to be Kevin Zahn that's going to leave that outside line and jump down to the inside and lead. But not going to have enough help just yet as he gets up to the 10. But now the rest of the pack is finally going to join him. However, on the outside, Brotherton, Moobs, and Heisel got a nice run going. And that outside line, I know the inside is technically a little bit faster and usually has more cars involved, which makes it faster. But I'm so much more comfortable on that outside. You got so much more room to move. You got more room for activities. There's so much you can do out there that, on that inside line, you feel like you're tucked onto that yellow line the entire time. And you see it's not working out too well right now for Kevin Zahn as he falls way back there. And actually, it wasn't even for the lead. I just realized he's actually 2 laps down. Oh. But got his lap back for one of the lap backs for a second there, the hard way. So it is Brotherton, Moobs, Heisel, Sharik, and Kugelan for your top 5.
Trying to make things happen. The 5, the outside line, trying to stay organized here and try to break away from that other pack back in 6th.
Yeah, Crash Neon leading that little pack right here of him, Cunningham, and Barr, but they're starting to lose ground here. It is about 2 seconds in between 5th and 6th, and that is just a little too much. But it looks like back up here is Kevin Zahn trying to work the side draft and get his lap back, one of his lap back, again the hard way. Not happening just yet, but they're starting to catch up to another lap car here, and that is going to be Galtney, involved in that earlier incident that we didn't see a wreck for, or a caution for, with Deason. He is about to go another lap down here.
Just like that. Man, it's that fast when you're off the pace, and you can see the 7 obviously trying to get a run, use the draft with the lap car, try to work their way up the inside of that pack, and made it about halfway here, got around the lap car, but just all the momentum he was going to lose and fall right back into position.
And I think this front 5 right now realizes that if they just are cordial with each other and they just play nice, they can just race this thing out and they can decide the winner of this race. And I mean, they got the 7 in line right now. The back 2 are both lap cars, and the lap cars certainly are not just content being where they are. No. Especially Kevin Zahn wants to get that lap back in the worst way.
Yeah, Daniel's 1 lap down.
Is he 1 or 2? Because I seen on the top time in score, it looked like it was 2. So that's why I was kind of confused with that. But yeah, I mean, if he's only 1 lap down,
no, that's interval.
Exactly. He's 2 laps down.
Yep. So yeah, that's why he's trying so hard to get to the front, because then he'd be 1 lap down, and then if a caution were to come out, he'd get lucky dog and then be in the battle for it. So this makes total sense. I was like, why is the 7 pushing so hard? If I'm 1 lap down, I'm waiting, because there's no reason. But I can see why now the 7 is looking to get back to 1 lap down and be in that lucky dog position. But right now, he'd have to get around Matt Deason, and then he does. Well, no, he'd have to go all the way around again. Oh, a little bit of wall tag on the outside line.
Yeah, Deason's gonna let these cars go by, but they certainly had to jockey around to get back around. And now that 7 is leading this pack, whether they want him to or not. And looks like there's going to be another possible wreck. Looks like Deason going to smack them on the inside a little bit, and the yellow flag is going to come out this time.
That would be for the 89, so that's going to be on. Well, Deason was the one that got the was involved, so
he will
not get a lucky flag.
Any lucky dog here at all, but it's going to bring us under caution, and it's going to be with less than 10 laps to go at this point.
It's down on the ground.
So this thing is now finally getting into a time where we can rev it up here a little bit and, finally start to get to some racing. Jimmy, we haven't seen much racing at all tonight, have we?
I've seen a lot of racing. A lot of surviving, some wall scraping, I think I'm breathing. I got a pulse. There's all kinds of things going on tonight. It's been like 90 laps of just non-stop, trial and error. It's like you hold my beer and we're going for it. So definitely a lot of fun out here, raising this money for the kids and just having a good time. So, I'm not in the chat with all the drivers, and they could be out there just having a good old time, just chuckling, like, hey, watch this, So you never know. It's near the holidays, and things do tend to get a lot of fun with a lot of good, close drivers. So in either case, tonight's been an absolute blast of being up here and being able to hang out, call the race, and do a good thing.
Yeah, and once again, thanking everybody out there that tuned in here tonight to see around for the kids at 266. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe and get you in touch with everything that STRE has to offer. And also, if you have a chance and you have the funds to, certainly check out the NASCAR Hall of Fame Foundation and get them a donation if you can. But either way, it's been a good one here tonight. Like Jimmy said, it's certainly been very, very racy for 100 laps. Sometimes these longer races, these 100 lap races can get a little bit dull, a little bit boring if the drivers do kind of what they're supposed to do and just kind of ride it out for the first 90 laps or so. Well, that wasn't the case here tonight. It's been racy. It's been dicey for this entire race as some of these drivers now getting a lap back, and it looks like we could possibly have at least 12 back here on the lead lap. We'll see if Deason gets back on the lead lap as well, and that would give us
wave
12
around. Santa Claus says give him a wave around.
I mean, he's the man that's running this thing, so why not? Why not? Get yourself back on the lead lap. But as it stands, we're going to be under 10 laps to go, so it is go time here very, very soon at Talladega. I mean, these drivers have been go since the drop of the green flag, but it's starting to get to that money time right now.
Yeah, it's about that time, Carl. And we're under caution, and with 9 laps to go, you think this would be the last one? Heck no, this is Talladega, baby.
Yeah, this is the time here under this caution. I mean, I don't know if this will be the last caution here, and certainly I'm sure if you ask Ethan, it's probably not going to be the last caution. He seems like he's been calling all kinds of cautions here tonight, but yeah, it looks like possibly. Yep, I think that is Deason going around the pace car here.
Merry Christmas.
I don't think he's going to catch back up to the pack at this time unless the caution is extended, because it looks like we are going green this time by. So Deason will be back on the lead lap. But yeah, the pace car is going to pull off, and we're going to get this thing back under green. So there's no way Deason is going to catch up this time. I can call that right now pretty handily. He's not going to catch back up before they get the green, as it's going to be Brotherton and Moobs on the front row, Heisel, Kukulon on the second row, heading to the Geico restart zone more time.
Ethan's out there calling overtime, so we're good. I mean,
of course.
Sorry, Jeff and Brendan, you're not in it, but everybody's on the lead lap. Let's go, number 10. Move this thing to the front, try to lead and get this thing to the end. Outside, get it started. Doing what they need to do, but Moobs looks to the low side to take the lead away from number 10 as they exit number 2, heading down the backstretch.
Yeah, the 10 of Brotherton slides up to the front just in front of Moobs, but He just goes for the crossover move. It's a bit of a slide job crossover move, like they're on dirt out there, and the 3 to the inside. But right now it is too wide at the front of the field, and we've got another caution possibly at the back. The 20 and 83, I believe, getting involved. And there it is, the yellow flag back out again, and we're not in overtime just yet, Ethan, so just hold your horses. We could get a green-white checkered here yet before this thing is over, but we're going to bring you under another caution, and yeah, it looked like the 20 just slid up there on entry. A little bit of net code involved maybe, but that was definitely some contact as well.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Carl, about going in those corners, this full throttle when you're behind somebody. The car drifts up to the outside. It washes out every time, especially coming out of 3. And it's exactly what happened. Washed right up into the 83, got up into Steven, bringing out that caution here. So it's just something that kind of be watched. The only time you're in the throttle like that, you're on the outside, you're going for a pass, and that's why the outside gets such a great run coming out of 3 and 4. It's just they got so much momentum going, and if nobody's holding you down and you can slide up like that, you get a tremendous run. Unfortunately there, the 83 was spun around by the 20, but looking forward to see how the next few laps go. Gives everybody a chance to calm down a little bit or get fired up, whatever you like to be. And but right now it's that 10 out. I think the 10 has the lead at the moment over the 22, but they're swapping back and forth here. Oh, I'm on replay. I need to go live. That would help. Oh, man, we're gonna get some.
Yeah, I got a couple of takers here now. It's a pit road, and I don't mind that. I mean, no matter where you're at, or really you're in the field, you can come in here if you have a set of tires left. They can certainly come in there, take that set of tires. Tires don't mean that much, but any little bit of comfort out there, knowing that you got fresh tires, are certainly going to help.
I like to have a little bit of heat in these tires on these cars. They're just kind of like, they remind me of the
Just
GT3s.
put them on the track. It's 1,000 degrees out there.
It is. Hold on a minute. Let's go back and check. We'll check and see if we've got any kind of decrease. Nope, still 136. Still holding the standard. Somebody could turn off. It's not going to ice over at all.
No, I think if it started raining right now, it wouldn't even be wet on the track. It would just go right to steam as soon as it hits the track.
Oh, then we couldn't see.
Yeah, we get a nice little fog cover. But as it stands, it is actually going to be Kukulon as your leader, Brotherton in second. Then you got Moobs, Neon, Heisel for your top 5. Cunningham, Galtney, Evans, Barb, and Deason for your top 10. But we've still got 12, I believe. I don't think the 7 is on the lead lap, correct? I think we just have 12 that are on the lead lap here. I don't know, it looks like Kevin Zahn might be on the lead lap and catching my cup here. Yeah, so we have all 13 cars that are still in the field are all on the lead lap. It's going to be 5 to go at the line. Jimmy, is it go time just yet?
Oh, yes.
Like for normal races. Not for this one here tonight. Again, it's been go time since lap 1. But
about 4 laps. I mean, if you're in the top 10, yes, it's time. You can go 4 laps. If you're behind in the top 10, then yeah, you should already start on lap 10. So it's good. It takes a little bit of time. You gotta hopefully you get some moves to work your way. People kind of spots open up. You can go to the outside. Somebody follows you, or somebody pulls out in front of you to kind of so you can give them that run. So we'll see here. It's gonna be a good one as this thing ends.
Yeah, and question is, when will it end? I mean, right now we're going to have 5 laps to go at the line, but that doesn't mean we're going to end in 5 laps here. There could be another caution that comes out. We could have some green, white, checkered action, but it is go time according to Ethan, and it's go time according to the 22 of Kukulon. He is back on the loud pedal, and we are racing again at Talladega. 5 laps to go in the For the Kids 266.
I think that was probably one of the smoothest starts we've seen here in a little while. Everybody kind of rolling out all together. No checking up at all, but you can see how bad that 86 was. Get the front. There's a push of the pusher.
And Moobs gets down on the apron, but it looks like he's going to be able to get back up there.
Needs to work in this way, too.
And Throw that tow rope out there to grab onto the back as, I don't think this thing is over at all right now at the front. This is, I think, the first time I've seen the 224 at the front of the pack instead of being in second. Getting pushed by Barb, maybe a little bit too much as they're dancing around there on the outside. Brotherton, your pole sitter here tonight at the front. 3 wide for the lead as it is going to be Marco Evans showing his face at the front. 4 laps to go. 36. But that could be another big one in the making. How did they get through that? Now they say with the 7 going sideways at the back. But it looks like we're going to keep this thing green. Oh my. That should have been the big one. I mean, that should have been the big one. I can't believe they made it through that. But Galtney now to the front of the pack. And he's got a big push and a big shove and a big wreck coming here as another yellow is going to come out. And that involved Galtney.
A lot.
Yeah, it looked like it involved Heisel as well.
Yeah. So we'll just go ahead and rewind it from here. Because I know who was involved. We'll stop it here. We will go head over to the blimp and watch this thing.
Fortunately, it looks like Heisel had to go to pit lane as well. Wasn't even able to make it back to pit lane. We'll see. You see the huge run there from the 48. As Deason's going to send it down to the inside, and I think he caught up a little too quick, and then is seeing maybe a third line developing at the bottom, but the 52 comes down a bit to block, and they get together. 52 goes sideways.
The 20 comes up, hits the 83. Then they come up and tag the 86.
Yeah, the 86.
20 comes down in front of the 12. Oh, Kid Moobs missed that. Yep, looks like
Moobs gets on by, and it's maybe a good thing that he got shot down to the infield on the backstretch and lost that draft as he's able to sneak through this wreck.
Yeah, definitely.
But some major damage on some of these cars out here. And we're going to be under caution here, and we'll get it back live here. There's 3 laps to go here. So this thing is coming down to the end, and we got actually Matt up here in the booth here. How many green-white checkered attempts do we have here in the race?
Well, technically I set it up for unlimited, but we'll see. We'll try to keep it at 3 or more cars involved. Listen.
Are you guys trying to give Carl enough time to get out there and win this thing?
I'll fire the car up. I'll fire the car up and get out there.
I mean, I don't know what I was doing right there. The past 3 wrecks have been me, and I am so sorry.
Well, you managed. I mean, you had a heck of a run on the backstretch there. You sent it in there. It looked like you thought maybe for a second there was a third lane on the inside, and then a 52 just came down and shut the door. Unfortunately, you already had a foot in the door. And, sent him around a few cars wrecked in that one. But it's been a heck of a race. And, me and Jimmy just got done talking about it that, now that we're finally at the 5 laps to go, now it's go time. But it's been go time for you boys since the drop of the green.
Yeah, it's been really exciting. I mean, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out because it's been a heck of a show, and it's been really scary. I've been trying to make it entertaining for everybody who's watching, but dude, sitting in the car, man, it's so scary. I'm just like scared, so scared I'm gonna wreck. I mean, I know it's like it's not. I don't think it's a video game. I think it's like a way of life, But anyway, yeah, it's pretty scary. But as long as you guys are enjoying, and everybody's enjoying it. That's all that matters.
Listen, we're up here in the booth. We're scared. Like I don't want my hands anywhere near my wheel. And
I'm hyperventilating.
So I get it.
Well, you guys enjoy the rest of the race.
All right, buddy. Sounds good. All right. We are coming to should be getting the one to go this time by. It is Brotherton, Neon, Kukulon, and Moobs and Kevin's on for your top 5. How about Kevin's on? I mean, everything that he's been through here tonight. The 7 has been multiple laps down as well Now he finds himself in the top 5 as we're coming down to the end of this thing. He's got a nice, fresh, new car out there. He's got a chance at this win. I mean, we've seen him up there mixing it up, just trying to get a chance to be one lap down and maybe get the lucky dog to get back on the lead lap. He's got himself back on the lead lap right now, and he's got himself a shot at winning this thing in the top 5 as we're going to double him up one more time. It's going to be green, white, checkered time, and Ethan is getting his wish. He's getting a little green, white, checkered action here, and who knows how many we're going to get, and who knows how many are going to survive and finish this thing at the end. But right now,
2 hours of green, white, checkered.
Yeah, exactly. we still got 11 cars out there on the lead lap. And realistically, I mean, Heisel, Deason, they're both only one lap down. So if we get a caution here before this thing is over, they're back in the mix as well. So it's pretty crazy. I mean, with everything that's going on, I know they got 3 faster pairs that they can use for the race. But the fact that we started with 16 cars out there and we still have 13 running at this point in the race, and
it's a lot. It's a long time to sit out there, Carl. And like they're out there. They're trying to have fun. Some might be a little more jolly than others here tonight, and just having that little bit of fun, making things interesting. The wrecks can make things interesting here. We just happen to have a lot of stuff to say, so it's really been making the time go by. So we haven't had any problem in that department here tonight. But the number 10's out front. The 224 of Crash is up front again. I got moves that's getting flooded with our chat out there. Got all kinds of fans out there. 7, it seemed like they would never have a chance, and finds themselves on the lead lap sitting in 5th place. I mean, anything can happen for any of these drivers here.
Well, we're about to find out, as it's going to be green, white, checkered time here for the 4 of the kids. 266 pace car is making that left-hand turn in the pit lane. Hopefully for the last time. Hopefully we can get this thing done on one restart here. But I'm not holding my breath at this point. As Brotherton coming to the Geico restart zone. He is the control car. He's back on the loud pedal, and we are racing again here. Talladega, it's certainly got a little rough there on the restart, but they all will at least make it to 2 laps to go. We'll see if they get the white flag next time by.
We just need them to hit that start-finish line one more time, hold it together, but we know that everybody wants to get to the front. Here, what a shove by Gauntly. And push the pusher. I don't even know how that worked. Oh, 12, look at the run on the outside, followed by the 20.
And you see, you can make that pass, but it seems like as soon as you make that pass, it stalls out a bit, and there we got a bit of a bump. The 83 of Sharik saves it going up the track. We're still green. Single file at the front. Brotherton leads him out of turn number 4 down towards the tri-oval. Neon, Moobs, and Barb for your top 4. And then not too far behind, you got Kukulon and Galtney as we get the white flag. One more lap to go here at Talladega. Who has got this thing? Who's going to make the right move at the right time is the question. The 10 leading right now. It's not my preferred position, but so far so good. As some more pushing the pusher.
No
3 wide, and now there's another move. A wreck on the backstretch and more wrecking. And Jimmy, you called it. Maybe being the leader is the best spot to be. And Brotherton has got a 1-second lead. Has just got to limp this thing home. The 22 of Kukulon, the only other one that's made it through that wreck with any kind of close distance, but he is not close enough.
Not close enough.
The 10 of Brotherton coming to the tri-oval. Looks like he's checking up a bit to make it close, but he is going to be your winner here at the line. The 10 of Brotherton, your winner of the 4 of the kids, 266. Enrique Kukulon coming home in second. Marco Evans in third place. And then Armstrong and Moobs going to round out your top 5. As everyone was going for just enough lines that weren't out there on that last lap. It was just too many cars going for 3 lines right there. But Neon, Sharik, Kevin Zahn, Cunningham, and Barb are going to round out your top 10 here tonight as Barb just coming across the line right now. Heck of a run.
That's trying to see what happened back there. We all know that it was a pretty massive turn of events here. And we will jump on board Mooks. It seemed to have gotten a little involved there. We'll see what happens, but definitely a lot of drivers looking to get that run in those final corners, but the 20 coming down, ultimately taking out a few drivers, the 7, the 50, 55, and then looks like Gauntlet got into the 22. Just another shot up here. We're going to speed this up just a little bit. Looks like, I think it was a 12. Oh, yeah, they got one more lap here. Across the start-finish line for that last lap, and then another. Just too much. Nowhere to go. Wow. 5 drivers, 4 of them involved. Here's Mike Evans, Carl. I don't know if Carl's still in here, but here is Mike Evans that finished in P number 3. We'll go back to see what they see here. I'm just watching. Oops. I'll go just smoke. Miss. To the left. Miss. So a little bit of a Days of Thunder moment there, a little bit for the 76 to find themselves in a good finish of P number 3. So Carl's rounding up the drivers, seeing if we can get a hold of them to get them up in the booth to talk to everybody. But I want to say congrats to everybody that participated here tonight, and for a great showing, and for a great cause. That's one thing for me and Carl to come out here and do this week in and week out, so the friends and family can do this and watch their favorite drivers out here. But it's another to put on a showcase for a special cause for some children's out there. Like I said, I have my fair share of children in the world that are all pretty much grown now, but definitely enjoy having kids around, and they're the dearest thing to most people out there. So, but we will show up the final results here. Carl is out doing his thing, and here we go. Here's your drivers for the evening, with the number 10 of Liam finishing in first place over Kukulan and the number 22 and P number 2, and Marco Evans and P number 3. Then you had Michael Armstrong, Jonathan Moves, Crash, Neon, Steven, Sharik, Daniel Kamazon, Roy Cunningham, Kevin Barb, Jeremiah Gauntlet, Wes Heisel, Matt Deason, Brendan Timon, Jeff Addison, Colby Jackson, and obviously the lazy bum of Carl Handwerk, 102 laps down. I mean, is that even possible? I mean, the race was only 100 laps long. But Carl Handwerk back in the booth. Hopefully he's rounding up the people. I don't know if do I need to go down to general?
Yeah, actually, Jimmy, we're gonna let's go ahead and hop up to the top general channel, and then we'll bring in guys from there.
Okay. Let me double check. Hopefully Carl's in here. You gotta check. Give me a mic check. Yep. Okay, we good. We still good. Yep.
All right. Yep. So yeah, we'll go ahead and start to bring in our top 3. Just want to make sure we got everybody in here, and yep, we do. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring them all in here just to cover them all, just to make it a little bit easier here. But we'll start with our third place finisher here tonight, and that is going to be Marco Evans. And Marco, I mean, we watched you guys out there this entire race, and it was insane. I mean, typically at a super speedway, it's go time when it hits maybe like 5 laps to go. You guys were go time since the drop of the green flag, and it seemed like we didn't see you get close to too much of the action, which is a good thing. But you find yourself in the top 3 here at the end.
Yeah, definitely. The seas just kind of parted at the end for me, and it was very reminiscent of 2012 fall Talladega for Matt Kenseth and Jeff Gordon and Kyle Busch.
So how crazy is it when it gets to a race like this? I mean, really, nothing on the line. This is all for charity out here tonight, so it's just out there having fun. But I don't know if it was just the drivers themselves or the fact that track temperature was 136 degrees, but it seemed like there was a lot of dancing around out there.
I think it was a bit of both. We had people from all over, as far as rookies all the way up to A-class, and I thought we did pretty good, all things considered, for a Talladega race.
Listen, there was about 16 different saves out there. I mean, you guys could have had a lot more caution. So, yeah, I mean, all things considered, it could have been a lot worse out there. So, either way, you make it through the carnage here. You make it through the chaos. You come home in third. So, before we let you go and get out of here, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
You know what? I'm going to give a shout out to my company, Pro Built Complete Car Care, connected with Napa Auto Care here in Indiana.
All right, buddy. Well, once again, congrats on the third place here tonight. It was a heck of a good one here, and we'll let you go get out of here and celebrate.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
That's your third place finisher here tonight, the 76 of Marco Evans. Second place is going to be the 22. Jimmy, why don't you go ahead and take Enrique?
Hey, Enrique, this is Jimmy and Carl up in the booth. You copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you definitely had your hands full tonight in that number 22 Hunt Brothers Pizza Machine, but find yourself in a pretty good sweet spot there to come away with a P number 2. I mean, you're out there for 100 laps, and going in tonight, did you have some sort of plan, or was this the major plan just survive?
Well, I think the main plan was just have fun. I mean, this is just a charity event, so it's not like everything was like on the line and such. Definitely had some problems there with force feedback. That's why I was moving around so much. But yeah, I had plenty of fun tonight. Right at the end, I thought I was collected in the crash, but thankfully I made it through and started 34th for blocking there in lap 60 and wrecking so many people.
I mean, things happen out there, race to race, and when you're traveling 200 miles an hour, the slightest movement obviously moves that car a half a lane, and I was just sorry to hear that you had a little bit of force feedback issues, but either way, you walk away finishing second here tonight in this charity event. Do you have anybody that you would like to give a shout out before we let you go and celebrate with your friends and family?
Yeah, first of all, shout-outs to Matt and the NASCAR Hall of Fame Foundation for setting this lobby up, and also thanks to Michael Roots for telling everyone, like, promoting the event and such. It's what really got me into the race, so thanks to him.
Well, again, congratulations on that second place finish. We'll let you roll on out of here and have a happy holidays.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
That is your second place finisher here tonight, the 22 of Enrique Cucalon. First place here tonight is going to be the 10 of Liam Brotherton. And Liam, you become just another one in a long line of drivers just proving me wrong. And I don't understand super speedway racing, apparently. To me, I feel like the worst place to be is in the lead at the white flag. But it didn't matter. You get it down here tonight.
He has core on the side of his car.
That is true. That is true. So, Liam, I mean, was the lead where you wanted to be at the white flag? I guess the first question.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's always up in the air, and with this package the way it is right now, you're kind of just playing roulette, right? And you can kind of stack the odds in your favor one way or the other. And for me, there at the end, I was just trying to stay relevant, right? First couple of cars in line, and happened to be the lead. So I'm just gonna stay in the lead and see what happens. Obviously, I was probably a sitting duck until they all wrecked behind me, and there you go. I had the win made, but say one car makes it through that, then they have a huge run on me, and I can't block that. So a lot of luck there at the end, but stack it in your favor, I guess.
Well, that's what it seemed like there was a lot of here tonight. It wasn't just, little runs here and there and, cars slowly moving up. It seemed like there was either a major run or nothing at all. I mean, you guys were single file a couple times, but anytime somebody wanted to step out there were some major runs to be had.
Yeah, right. This draft package is pretty good for creating dynamics, and I really appreciate Holden and Challenger and the whole iRacing team. What was that, about 2 or 3 years ago? Who decided, hey, let's take a look at this draft package. It wasn't working out the way they wanted it to, and we're able to find some demons in the code, and have provided us a really fun and engaging platform to race on. So, you can side draft people, and that stalls out lines and checks things up, and you get 3 or 4 cars back behind somebody who got side drafted, and all of a sudden, you got 15 miles an hour, and you just got to pull out. And so it creates a very dynamic and fun product. So I appreciate that.
Well, it was certainly fun to watch out there. The lone Toyota in the field, but you get it done over all these Fords and Chevys out there. So congrats on the win here tonight. Who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, obviously got to thank Matt Deason and the whole NASCAR Hall of Fame team. I've known Matt for what feels like a few years, but it actually has been way longer than that. So I used to work with him and everybody down there at the Hall of Fame, and so it was fun to kind of reminisce with him and Jeff today and hang out and run a race for charity. So if anyone can contribute, is in the position to financially, it's always appreciated. The NASCAR Hall of Fame does a lot of good things for our community. And shout out to all the folks watching. Thank you to Michael for helping promote the event for Deason's sake, and thank you guys for broadcasting, and thank the Lord Savior Jesus Christ for running these. I'll be able to run these races, and we'll just shout out Peanuts, right? It's Christmas time. We got Peanuts on the race car, so we'll shout out Charles Schultz.
You're parking right up Jimmy's tree there, and it's certainly mine as well.
I'm a little older. This is like my childhood.
No, I get it, and certainly relevant. It was good stuff. Well, congrats again on the win here tonight. We'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family, and certainly have a happy holidays, and hopefully we'll see you again at some point.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, guys. Have a great evening.
You too.
You too, buddy. That is your winner here tonight, the 10 of Liam Brotherton. And I guess we got to take some time once again to thank Matt Deason here joining us and getting this thing together. And Matt, just kind of put a bow on this thing. How do you feel like the event went? I mean, for us, it was certainly plenty of action out there. I know it was a little scary at times for you, but I mean, all in all, I think this is going to be a great success out here tonight.
Yeah, it was a really good event. Appreciate everybody. I guess, keeping it clean, keeping it exciting for everybody watching and all. But yeah, it was a good time. Little, hiccups here and there for just some things I'm learning here, when it comes to Discord, iRacing, little things like that. But it's my first time, so I will hopefully next time I'll know what the heck I'm doing around here.
All good, buddy.
Somebody find that guy the owner or the user manual for Discord.
Yeah, exactly.
We got it done, and you guys got it done out there in the track. And hey, you didn't have to go unlimited for the green and white checkers. It ended up just being one out there. So
that's true.
That's gotta feel good as well.
Yeah. I realized after we took the green, I was still lapped out, and I was about to throw a caution for that single car spin, but I didn't want to be like that. I did break a couple rules tonight, and I probably shouldn't have done that, but it's okay. It was still a good race, and glad everybody showed up.
Charity.
Yep, exactly. And
we didn't know Matt was the charity case.
That's what it was. Well, once again, I want to thank you for bringing us on board here for this special event here, and being your platform to put it out there to everyone out there. And again, for all those watching, if you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe and get you in touch with everything Security has to offer. But also check out the NASCAR Hall of Fame Foundation. Go to NASCARHall.com, and if you have the financial needs or the financial means, please put in a donation. And every $20 donation will bring an economically challenged student into the NASCAR Hall of Fame for a once in a lifetime learning experience. I want to thank also the sponsor here tonight. Brain farting here for a second. The sponsor here for tonight, ATYL Media, and again, certainly check them out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all your motorsports news. And I mean, this to me it was a success on our side from the broadcast. This was fun. It was exciting for 100 laps, to say the least. There was certainly plenty of action. Jimmy, what do you got here to wrap this thing up?
I just want to tell all the drivers thank you for coming out and supporting, all the fans out there coming out and watching. Everybody hit that like and subscribe here tonight. CRN just does special events. We cover broadcasts everywhere all week long. I also want to wish all the families out there a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you may celebrate for this time of the year.
Well, that is going to do it for us here at for the kids at 266 here at the Talladega Super Speedway. It's been a fun one. Thank you for joining us for the ride. But for myself and Jimmy, we will see you at the track.
Peace.